6 o'clock at the MJ Morning Show, almost 6:01 here on a Tuesday. Did you see Fest? What are you all giggly and smiley about? Just sitting there going, hey.
I'm excited.
Why are you excited?
I always look forward to the Tuesday show.
A lot of exciting things brewing right now. Yes, very, 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 very excited.
In the middle of a relatively dull week, I'm excited. I'm glad to be here with you. I'm happy I don't have to,
Very, very, very nice.
It's very intimate, you and I.
Flugtag is back. You see that?
I didn't go last time, and I've regretted it. I want to go this year.
I was there last time because... Don't mouth it. Say what are you doing? Mime?
You're going to say it next.
You can say it. Fester's mouthing what he thinks I'm about to say next.
Weren't you a judge?
Yes, I was a judge.
When was it? Was it like 2006 or 2007?
No, it was 13 years ago, so it'd be 2011, I believe.
Okay, like I said.
Hang on a sec. Got a story here. Yeah, it hit the news media yesterday. The Flugtag, which I have no idea what the hell that means. Is that like flying pile of crap? Is that what Flugtag translates into in German or whatever?
I'm sure you're not that far off. And it's where everybody makes homemade devices that are supposed to fly for some distance and then hit the water.
Yeah, it happened 13 years ago. Man, where did the time go? I was a judge. I was invited to be a judge. It's the Red Bull Flugtag, F-L-U-G, Flugtag, F-L-U-G-T-A-G, Flugtag. And it's going to happen at the Convention Center in downtown Tampa on Saturday, November 9th. Yeah. Oh, Flugtag means flying day in German. Yeah, that's what Flugtag translates into.
Well, I'm excited for it, man. When is it going to be again?
It is going to be November 9th. Mark your calendar right now. Yeah, and this is where entries consist of homemade flying machines, and you're judged to see how far your device can fly. And most of these are just literal pieces of crap. Like some, lawn chair.
with wings on roller skates.
With some kind of balsa wood wings and paper mache. I mean, it really is it's a spectacle of stupidity. And
and it's a really good time.
I don't know if they're going to call me back. I don't know if I'm going to be called back, but I was one of the judges. I'm trying to remember who the other judges were at Flugtag, but I remember being in the judges booth. I'm trying to get a mental. I can see myself sitting there. This was, again, at the convention center 13 years ago, so it would have been 2011. Yeah, during the old MJ morning show when we were on the other radio station. And I'm trying. Oh, you know who I met and who was very nice? He might have been a judge. Evan Longoria.
Okay.
Evan Longoria was down there, and he was
Ryan Neese from the Buccaneers a judge?
Yeah, you know what?
I found an old
story. Old story. Hold on a minute. Hang on. Let me see.
From the Tampa Bay Times, it says it says
October of 2011. Hang on a minute. Let me. You're right. Go to bring this up, dude. Bring this up on Firefox.
Okay. So Ryan Neese was a judge. It says it was a panel of 5 judges.
Yeah. Hold on. Let me see if all the judges are listed. Yeah. So let me log in.
2000.
Yeah. You got it. Well,
I got right
dude,
judges.
you're.
He'll catch it.
No, it didn't.
Damn it. Flugtag Tampa 2013.
Yeah. Fester put in Flugtag Tampa 3-2, and it's 2011. It's not 2013.
Was it 2011?
It's 2011. It's 13 years ago. This being 2024 would be all right. Let me just take control of the system here. All right, here we go. All right. Let me see if it lists all. I don't even know if I'm listed as a judge. So 2011. All eyes will be. Listen to this. This is from 13 years ago. All eyes will be on St. Petersburg. Willy Wonka's Amazing Flying Flugtag Adventure, which won it in 2008. Yeah, let's see here. Did they list the judges?
I think in the top paragraph I saw a couple of names.
Oh, it did? You can view it from the Tampa Convention Center, Jackson's Bistro, blah, blah, blah. Yeah, there's a whole story from the Tampa Bay Times. Were they the St. Petersburg Times back then, or were they already the Tampa Bay Times?
I think they were Tampa Bay Times in 2011.
Yeah. Where's the list of judges?
I got to look.
Yeah. Oh, here we go. Teams of 4 pushers and a pilot will launch their human-powered contraptions off a 30-foot-tall ramp into the sea. Or the sea. It's the Hillsborough River, isn't it? Or
Hillsborough Bay?
Or is that old Hillsborough Bay there? I don't know. Let's see. A panel of 5 judges, including former Buccaneers player Ryan Neese. Where the hell's my name? I wasn't met. Where are the other 4 judges?
I mean, they don't mention Evan Longoria either?
I can't remember if Evan Longoria was just there or if he was a judge. Hang on. Oh, here we go. Red Bull, Flugtag, Tampa Bay. Here's the press release from 2011. Let me see if the press release has all the judges in here.
How far in advance were you asked?
I can't remember, but I was asked to be a judge, and I've never drunk a Red Bull.
I've never enjoyed your beverage, but I'll go.
Well, I was invited to be a judge. No one asked me, "Do you like Red Bull?" I've had a sip of a Red Bull. I'm not an energy drink drinker. I don't drink energy drinks. Yeah, in the press release from September of 2011, they don't have the judges in the press release from Red Bull, but I was asked, and I'm trying to remember all of the judges. It was a fun time.
Was it like a news anchor like Bob Height or
Nah,
somebody really?
I don't think so. I think I was the only media person on the panel. But Flugtag, where people make these homemade, just ass disasters, and then jump off a ramp, and they pretty much just go straight down and they flop. And, there are divers in the water. They're like rescue personnel, so no one drowns. Anyway, I can't even remember the judging criteria. That's what Andrew's asking me in my ear. Just getting started, folks, but I don't anticipate being asked to be a judge again. However, if duty called, I would consider it.
Consider it.
Yeah, all right, 608 MJ Morning Show Q105. Back in moment. MJ Morning Show here on Q105, 104.7 FM. We always appreciate it if you help us spread the word. You know, frankly, there is like zero budget to do the kind of advertising I would like to do to let a large number of people know still that the MJ Morning Show is back on Q105. I would love to, do more traditional media, but, the coffers... I didn't say the coffins. I said the coffers do not permit. So, yeah, help us spread the word. Word of mouth, man. That's free. And we can really use your help letting everyone know that the MJ Morning Show is back on Q105. There's still a significant number of people that don't even know we're back. Or there are people that are new to the area that don't know we exist. And if they knew we were here and they would listen to the program, they're like, oh, man, that's better than a lot of the crap that's on the Tampa Bay airwaves in the morning.
We got a call yesterday from a guy who bought a new car.
Yep.
And he was listening to XM, and he's been listening to it for years. And the new car, when he drove it off the lot, had Q105 on.
Yeah, it was on the radio preset.
And he's like, hey, I just found you guys. I'm like, where the hell have you been?
Yeah, welcome. So do us a favor, spread the word, the MJ Morning Show on Q105. You got friends, coworkers, people. Just walk up to strangers at the supermarket.
Yeah, because
tell them,
I appreciate when strangers just walk up to me.
And just tell you what radio morning show to listen to. Hey, this is nuts. Somebody's in trouble. I want to be a fly on the wall when there are conversations among the various insurance companies here. There was a Rolls Royce that was being delivered in South Florida. This is insane, man. You talk about some slick, like, social engineering and getting a hold of a phone number and just pulling a scam of unbelievable proportions. A 2-year-old Rolls Royce, a 2022 Rolls Royce Cullinan, if I'm saying that correctly.
Is that the SUV version?
Yeah, look it up. Look up the Cullinan. I don't know. I'm not up to speed.
I don't know.
I'm not a Rolls Royce fan. I'm just never really. Some of the older Rolls Royces I find to be kind of classic looking but I just find the Rolls Royces to be just chunky, and I'm not a fan. Not a fan of the Rolls Royce. So the Rolls Royce Cullinan, is that an SUV looking thing?
Yeah.
Looks like a funeral hearse, but that's beside the point. All right. So a 2022 Rolls Royce Cullinan was stolen on the way to a luxury automobile dealership down in Miami. The thief got a hold of the cell phone of the guy transporting it on a flatbed. So you had a delivery company, a transporter, flatbed, and the thief got a hold of the guy driving the transport vehicle holding this Rolls Royce and requested a change in the delivery address via text. Didn't even talk via voice. It was via text. Thief gets a hold of the delivery driver's cell, texts the driver that there is a change in address. The original address, it was going to the dealership.
Yeah, that makes sense.
So it was going to this luxury car, kind of a used, and you have those, especially down in Miami, Fort Lauderdale, Boca. You've got some of these dealers that deal in like used exotics, Ferrari, Lambos, Porsches.
Really high-end stuff.
Yeah, exactly. In fact, my brother's in Fort Lauderdale, and there's one not far from his house. Also, my parents are down there, and it's one of these dealerships where, man, it's like just millions of dollars in exotics are in the showroom, and it's not an actual factory dealer. These are used previously owned vehicles. So the thief texts the driver of the transport vehicle, yeah, we're going to do a change of address. The Rolls Royce was coming from Michigan down to Miami, and the thief posed as an employee of this luxury dealership saying, yeah, we're going to change the delivery address, and it was from the dealership to like a parking lot somewhere, right? Right. So this is according to NBC6, which is down in Miami. The random text message, as the dealer described to the police and on Facebook, sent the delivery driver to a parking lot where the alleged thief made off with the Rolls-Royce Cullinan, reportedly worth $420,000. And this happened back on the 15th, so happened 10 days ago. The name of the automotive dealership in Miami is called Limited Spec Automotive. It's a Miami luxury dealer. And they thought that something was awry.
Yeah.
Because the Rolls-Royce missed the delivery window.
I mean, they give a window. Yeah, we'll be there between, 1 and 4.
Well, there were specifics. The Rolls-Royce was set to be delivered no later than 2 p.m. on June 15th. By 4 p.m., no Rolls-Royce. The dealer then reached out to the delivery driver via text as well, saying, hey, where's the Rolls-Royce? Supposed to be here a couple hours ago. And the driver said, oh, yeah, it's already been delivered to the new location that was requested. The dealer's like, what the beep? The dealership says the driver did not confirm the delivery change. He was paid in cash at the delivery site for the delivery, and this guy drives off with a $400,000 Rolls-Royce SUV.
Is there no kind of tracking device on this car?
Yes, there was. The thief knew where the GPS tracker was and took it out.
Oh, my God.
I mean, we're dealing with a professional operation here.
This guy knew what he was doing.
Yeah. So they took the GPS tracker out of the vehicle, and it gets even more bizarre here. The dealership, this Limited Spec Automotive down in Miami, they're offering up to a $40,000 reward for anyone that can help recover the stolen Rolls-Royce SUV.
Well, that's nothing percentage-wise.
Now, typically, you'd be able to ping the GPS, but it was removed, and the thief even sent photo proof of the GPS tracker being removed from the SUV. What the... Unbelievable.
So what happens is it parted out?
Well, or put in a shipping container and sent to Russia, or who knows?
Some oligarch
down to South America,
right?
Who knows? So the dealer has reported the theft to the insurance company for the transporter, but who's going to be liable here? I would imagine.
It's got to be the transportation
I'm guessing
company.
It's going to be the transporter ultimately, that they didn't do complete due diligence to confirm a delivery address change for something this valuable. Anyway, the Miami-Dade County Police, they're all over this. They're investigating. The general manager of Limited Spec Automotive, Stephen Weissman, he says it's time for the FBI to get involved. He told NBC6 down in Miami that the usual safety measures taken to prevent these thefts were taken, and yet they didn't seem to make much of a difference. They're also going to start using a bigger delivery company. What was this, like Billy Bob's Automotive Transport, driving this thing from Michigan down to South Florida?
Well, MG, a lot of the automotive transport game is independent guys.
Yeah.
I mean, trucks.
There are plenty of
there are plenty of big ones.
Yeah.
Right, but there are a lot of small ones, especially for quick jobs.
Man, is that not incredible? And this Rolls-Royce SUV just poof, just vanished. Where is it? Is it parted? I don't know if there's as much of a parting out on this as it would be just to get it down to South America, get it over to Russia or something like that, containerize it, and boom, gone in 60 seconds. What a story, man.
Maybe less than 60 seconds.
Like a heist. Yeah, how clever. Totally social engineered the driver. Yeah, we're going to change the delivery address. Yeah, from the dealership to a parking lot for a $400,000 Rolls Royce. Unbelievable. Hey, I've got a great pile of early morons in the news next. 6:29 at the MJ Morning Show as the summer heats up, ladies and gentlemen. is 6:39 at the MJ Morning Show. MJ here with Fester. Roxanne is, we think, in Italy. We haven't seen anything. Oh, have you checked her Instagram? Has she posted anything on IG?
I checked it yesterday.
Yeah.
I didn't see any updates.
Can you check it quickly?
Oh, of course.
Yeah, so Froggy out this week on some kind of vacation locally, and Roxanne is out in Italy.
Nothing.
Where J-Lo was. Nothing. What's the last thing she posted? Go ahead and click on that.
Picture of her and her kid.
June 14th. That's the last thing she posted was June 14th?
And then here's a picture of her.
I don't need to go. I just want to know if there's like any picture of her like at the Vatican or something.
No, nothing like that.
Yeah,
the last
nothing.
thing, the kid's recital and some creepy looking man.
That's her husband. That's Dig Dug. Yeah. So the last thing she posted was 11 days ago on the 15th. Is that it? All right. Well, or the 14th. 11 days ago. All right. Early morons in the news on the MJ Morning Show here on Q105. Man, here's a bonehead. A guy was caught on video. This is over in Martin County, on the other side of the state. Martin County's like Stewart, Palm City, right? Martin. Martin County's kind of a quiet county. You don't hear a lot out of Martin County.
One of the forgotten counties on that side of the state.
But this dude was caught on video buying a mask from a gas station and then walking across the street to burglarize an unlocked bank. What?
An unlocked bank?
Yeah. First of all, who the hell left the bank open? It's a Saturday and the bank was open. How'd the guy know the bank was open? And the door was unlocked. Yeah. Colton Van Henstien. VANHONHENSTIN. How the hell else would you pronounce that? Of Hobe Sound, was caught on surveillance video at a gas station buying a mask. And then he went to the Wells Fargo Bank across the street, which was closed but left unlocked, and began rummaging through drawers and cabinets. They were all empty, so he left.
I mean, just because the bank is physically open, the door is open, doesn't mean there's cash laying around.
Yeah, there's not going to be cash laying around. All the cash from the teller drawers, that's going to be locked up in the vault. Whatever cash is on hand at the bank is going to be locked up in the vault. So what was he, like, rummaging for office supplies? What he opened up some cabinets and drawers? Oh, there might be stacks of money sitting around. What a schmuck. Yeah, deputies got a call from the bank's monitoring system that a robbery was in progress. They spotted the masked man inside. The alarm was going off. The sheriff's office in Martin County surrounded the bank, but no one was inside. Later, the alarm company said that they waited at least an hour to call the deputies, that the suspect was long gone.
Why'd they wait so long?
I don't know. Who the heck knows? I mean, that's pretty idiotic. Wells Fargo, you have an employee that closes the bank on a Friday and leaves the front door unlocked, and then you got a bank security burglar alarm monitoring company that waits an hour to notify the police that an alarm is going off inside the bank?
No, we're just going to sit on this one for a while.
We have multiple morons here. And then the fact that the guy was seen on surveillance video buying a mask to cover his face across the street. Yeah. This is the sheriff's office. We got the bank surrounded. No one's in there because it was an hour ago that the alarm went off.
This is a much lower charge than bank robbery.
Oh, yeah. This is going to be just a burglary charge.
You didn't rob a bank.
No. I mean, well, you tried to rob a bank, but not really rob the bank. Yeah, it would be just a burglary charge instead of a bank robbery charge. Yeah, so with security footage that did capture this guy, this Van Hunhenstein was later found and arrested. I guess he's some vagrant that roams around, Hobe Sound, Martin County, Stewart, wherever.
Trying to score some staplers?
I don't know.
Some Post-it notes?
Yeah. You know what? I need some tape dispensers.
They come in handy in the homeless community. He
was charged with burglary, despite the fact that the only thing he walked away with was nothing. Of course. I mean, you break in, that's a burglary. Hey, let's say you're on the road and you're having a road rage incident. And folks, keep this in mind. You're on the street, you're having a road rage incident, you're having an issue with another car. Let's say that you pull off into a parking lot or into a gas station and you're arguing, or maybe you're stuck at a red light. And if you get out of your car and you go to the other person's car that you're having an argument with, and if you stick your hand in their window, that's considered a burglary. Think about that.
Yeah.
If you remember O.J. Simpson, when he had moved out of Los Angeles after the whole, not guilty verdict at his trial, he moved to Florida. He moved down to Kendall. And O.J. Simpson, he was a crap magnet. Just all kinds of, obviously, crap just, followed this guy. And he had an altercation. It was a road rage incident down in, south of Miami, in Kendall. O.J., when he left L.A., was in some type of altercation on the road and got out of his car and stuck his hand in the other vehicle operator's window, stuck his hand in, and I think even grabbed the guy's sunglasses or something. And O.J. Simpson was charged with burglary. And you don't even have to take the sunglasses. All you got to do is stick your hand in, and
there's your charge.
You can be charged with burglary for that. So keep that in mind.
I got to tell you, if you have a road rage incident, the last person I want to get out of the other car is O.J. I mean, I would be apologizing instantly.
Yeah. Oh, and certainly O.J. with any type of cutlery,
So, MJ, I have this Vizio TV, and it suggests TV shows.
Mm-hmm.
And my daughter...
You went Vizio instead of going Sony or Samsung or LG?
Yeah. I'm low rent.
All right.
So, the Vizio TV suggests these, and Harvey Levin has this new How O.J. Would Have Done It type documentary that he has out.
Harvey Levin from TMZ, and he was also the commentary guy on the People's Court.
But he was a reporter in L.A. at the time.
Yeah.
So it comes up as suggested for you.
Mm-hmm.
And my daughter looks at it and she says, "Who's OJ?" And I looked and I realized
your daughter's 12 years old.
She has no idea who the juice is.
Right.
So last night we started an O.J. Simpson documentary. I go, honey, it's about time you learn about one of the most important.
Really, you're going to show her the murder scene with all the crime tape and all the blood all over the place?
Kind of laid it out for her. I was look, it's a rough story. So she knows that he is a star at USC.
Have you taken your daughter to the Waffle House at 3 a.m. yet?
Not that late, but we've been to 3 Coins on Nebraska Avenue at 11 o'clock once.
Yeah, well, no, you got to go to the Waffle House at 2 a.m. That's what. Remember, if you're a regular listener of the MJ Morning Show, Fester's told the story multiple times that how old were you when your dad took you to the Waffle House at 2 a.m.?
13 or 14.
Yeah. So Fester's dad said to him, "Son, what did he say exactly?"
It was summertime. And back when I was younger, summers were wild on the time. I always stay up till 3, 4 in the morning. I don't know what the hell I did, but my sleeping schedule was totally out of whack. And my dad was a late guy too. And I think I crept out of my room once at 1 a.m. He was like, "Hey, what are you doing?" And I was like, "I don't know. He goes like, "You hungry?" I'm like, "I'm always hungry. Let's go. I'm going to teach you about life." And we get in the car and we go to the Pinellas Park Waffle House at 2 o'clock in the morning. And I'm like, "What are we doing here? What are you going to teach me here?" And we sat in the corner booth. We sat on the same side. And he says, "Just watch." And the people, the smorgasbord of people, the
smorgasbord?
The humanity.
It's a smorgasbord.
That rolled into this place was amazing.
Yeah. So you need to reciprocate now, and you need to edumocate your daughter at the smorgasbord.
That is known as the Waffle House.
Yeah, and take her and show her what humanity's like at the Waffle House at 2 o'clock in the morning.
Maybe we'll go to the one on Fowler Avenue. That'd be a good one.
Oh, man. Yes. Did your dad say to you, "Son, life is simple. It's either cherry red or midnight blue"?
He had a similar expression.
Yeah.
It was like, life is like a bowl of cherries.
Yeah.
Sometimes it's the pits.
Let's go to Louisiana. Early morons in the news. Mother tosses baby in trash can at Walmart to fight another woman. Wow.
All right, hold on now. There's a lot going on there.
Yeah, there's a lot going on here. Cops arrive. Officers discovered that the fight they were called to at a Walmart was no longer in progress. People involved were detained. And then the cops are investigating the scene. Officers reviewed the video surveillance from the Walmart manager's office and discovered that the altercation, the fight, took place near the entrance of the Walmart. One of the individuals involved, identified as Brianka Benjamin, 38, was holding her 6-month-old baby in her arms. An argument took place between her and other individuals. Benjamin then tossed the infant into a trash can to then strike the other individual.
Does it give the baby's name?
Brianka Benjamin, it does
That's
not.
the mother, because
No.
I'm looking at an updated list of garbage pail kids.
No, stop it.
Remember those cards?
Yes, I do. Brianka Benjamin was arrested, charged with simple battery and cruelty to juveniles. The infant was not injured, was released to other family members. What the hell? The mother gets into a fight. She wants to throw it out, so she throws her 6-month-old infant into the trash can to free her hands up to hit the other people involved. There you go. That's a mama award right there. That kid doesn't stand a chance.
So there's a lot of different garbage pail kids under
listen,
Benjamin, which is the mother's last name.
Thank you, Fester. That's fantastic. All right, 6:50 at the MJ Morning Show here on Q105, 104.7 FM. When you think of a beauty pageant, I mean, beauty pageants can be kind of cutthroat. I mean, there have been multiple movies about it. There have been some real-life stories. I've got a new real-life story about a beauty pageant, a feeder to Miss America. So a state pageant that then is a feeder to the Miss America org, and you're not going to believe this. I'm trying to put this together. It's like, why haven't there been arrests? Why hasn't it been this is an insane beauty pageant story. I'll get to that next. Also, Mr. Beast. Mr. Beast kind of appeals to younger kids, right? What, like 10, 12, teenagers?
No, you don't know about Mr. Beast.
No, I do know.
You know of him, but you don't know
I'll tell
about
you
him.
Why don't you school me on Mr. Beast? Anyway, I have some Mr. Beast financials that you've got to hear. How do you describe? He's an internet performer, right?
Yes.
He's a social media internet content creator that does these elaborate setups and stunts and
He is a
elaborate
Yes.
prize giveaways. All right, you got to hear this. It's all next, folks, on the MJ Morning Show here on Q105. Stand by. Festa, why don't you school me on Mr. Beast? Now, we've talked about Mr. Beast on the show numerous times. I remember some kid was having a meltdown. Remember I told the story I was in Target? Where was I? Was up in New Hampshire.
What was it for his chocolate bar?
Yeah, exactly. I was
Feastables.
Listen to me. I'm in New Hampshire, just outside of Dover. I'm sorry, outside of Durham. So Chloe graduated from college, graduated from the University of New Hampshire back in December, and we made multiple trips up. One thing I'm going to miss, man, all the whole belly clams up there, the fried clams. The famous, Massachusetts and New Hampshire clam huts.
Yes. We're all really concerned about your clam consumption, and you missing it. Yeah, it weighs heavy on my heart as well.
Yeah, we still have to get out to Beef and Sea, because they've got the whole belly clams. I got to see how they stack up to like Bob's Clam Hut in Kittery, Maine, and the Clam Box.
Yeah, you'll let them know how they compare to the Clam Box.
Yeah, and JT Farnham's. Yeah, but all right. Anyway, so I'm up at Target where with Chloe, she needed to get things for the dorm room, snacks. We're at Target. And there's a kid that's about, 8 or 9 years old. And he's like, Mom, the Mr. Beast candy or whatever it was. And Mom says, no, we're not. And the kid throws a freaking tantrum in the middle of Target. I'm like, what the heck? And I was aware of Mr. Beast, but I had no idea. He says he has his own snacks out.
He has his own line of candy bars. A bunch of influencers now have products that are in Walmarts and stores.
Yeah.
Mr. Beast has candy chocolate bars. My son's other favorite content creator, Unspeakable, has juice boxes and gummy fruit
Unspeakable?
Snacks. They're great.
Who the hell is Unspeakable?
They're a bunch of young guys who cut up and do one silly thing after another.
Well, like the Wiggles?
No. MJ.
Remember the Wiggles?
All right, picture every stupid morning show stunt we did times 100. I mean, really big productions.
Yeah.
You say, oh, Mr. Beast is some content creator, influencer guy. No, he has 289 million followers. Every one of his videos are great. They are interesting.
Right. Mr. Beast is a content creator, and he does these elaborate online stunts, giveaways. This is why I'm mentioning Mr. Beast again. At what age does Mr. Beast appeal to? Is it like 6 years old to 16?
I'll tell you right now, I don't miss a Mr. Beast video. They are that good.
But how many adults? How many adults are following Mr. Beast?
I bet you if you asked.
You know what? I'll do it right now.
I bet you if you asked.
I'll do it right now.
You would get 100 calls of people who just and nobody's gonna have a really bad thing to say about him.
All right. Do you follow? So there's nothing bad about the guy.
No, I'm not gonna say there's nothing bad.
Has he done anything controversial? Has he got an intro? All right, let's go to phones on this. 800-990-1047. All right, fill me in, school me here. All right, or do you follow Mr. Beast? And then I'll ask you how old you are. Whatever. All right, do you follow Mr. Beast? Let's go. Fire up the phones. Let's go. 800-990-1047. Are you a Mr. Beast fan? Tell me right now. 800-990-1047. And what regarding Mr. Beast has stood out? 800-990-1047. Call right now if you're a Mr. Beast fan. Or if you're an adult and your kids are like enamored and obsessed. The reason why I'm bringing up Mr. Beast is because of this. That Mr. Beast makes $700 million a year? Are you freaking kidding me?
He is a force.
$700 million a year?
I watch more Mr. Beast videos with my kids than I do any TV show.
Right, that's insane.
It's MJ.
How much content is he creating?
He puts out one or two a week, or he has different productions going. We watched one the other day where he was going to give a guy a yacht, right?
Yep.
If the guy could protect it. And he bombed the yacht. It was so interesting.
What?
And he assaulted a yacht. He had cannons firing at it.
Clearly, his videos, his productions cost a lot.
Millions.
But he spends millions because he's making far more than that. All right, let me give you the reason why I'm mentioning Mr. Beast again. Mr. Beast, the renowned YouTuber, famous for his grandiose and philanthropic videos, is projected to generate between $500 and $700 million this year from his diverse business ventures. Known for extraordinary content like building a Wonka chocolate. He built a Wonka chocolate factory?
The whole factory. I mean, we saw one video where he put...
Did he have the glass elevator?
He's walking around with the purple hat on.
Did he have Oompa Loompas? Did he have the ferry through the chocolate river?
I'll pull it up for you.
Wonka, get me off this thing, Wonka!
Look, the guy spares no expense on making these incredible videos.
Anyway, $700 million is what he could make this year.
But then there's another video where he put 100 wells in Africa. He put...
Oh, yeah. Well, hold on. I got another thing that... He also funded laser eye surgery for 1,000 legally blind individuals.
And he traveled the country meeting these legally blind people, giving them this life-changing surgery.
You know about all these things I'm mentioning. That's because you watch every damn video.
I'm telling you, if you followed him and you got this whatever fake chip on your shoulder you have against
I don't
him.
have a fake.
It sounds a little chippy.
What fake chip do I have on my shoulder? I've got no chip. Don't call me Chippy.
Listen, Chippy, for a guy who knows a lot about a lot, you need to know more about this guy. He is a force.
All right, let's go to phones. Do you watch and follow Mr. Beast? Are you a Mr. Beast fan? 800-990-1047. 800-990-1047. Hit the phones right now. Let me grab Fred in Brandon. Fred, hi, you're on the MJ Morning Show.
Hey, yeah, I'm 26. I watch him. He's great.
So you're 26
He's
and you're
great.
a Mr. Beast fanatic.
Yeah, and I know a lot of people older than me too who are as well. I mean, he just does really cool stuff, and I think all ages can like him.
Has he gotten in trouble for anything, Fester?
No, he's never been arrested. He's
All right.
never pulled a Justin Timberlake, leaving some fancy hotel in
Right.
Bar Harbor.
Gotcha.
I've never seen
Sag Harbor. Bar Harbor's Maine, Sag Harbor, Long Island.
Thanks for correcting my harbors.
Yeah.
But the big point is he's never been in any kind of legal trouble or
All right.
anything like that.
All right. Thanks for the call. Appreciate it, Fred. 800-990-1047. 800-990-1047. Are you a Mr. Beast fan? James is next in Spring Hill. Hey, James.
Hello there.
James, how old are you, James?
50 years old.
You're 50 years old. I just had a 26-year-old. Now you're 50. And are you a Mr. Beast fan?
Yes, I do. I watch every single one of his videos, and I have his Mr. Beast Burger app on my phone, which I order his burgers.
Whoa, hang on a minute. You have the Mr. Beast Burger app, and you do what?
Order burgers from him.
Are these...
In local places.
Wait a second. All right. There are local places that sell Mr. Beast burgers?
Yes, there is.
Explain this to I'm confused. Where do you go to get a Mr. Beast burger?
You go on your Android system or your Apple store, and you look for Mr. Beast Burger. You download the app, and you can get whatever burger you want, whatever way you want it.
From where?
I get mine locally here in Spring Hill from a burger shop.
What burger shop?
Burger shop.
What is it, a secret? What's the name?
Give us the details.
What burger shop do you get Mr. Beast burgers from?
I don't know where they come from. But
No, what's the name of the shop where you get the burgers?
I download the app. I order the burgers on the app, and they come to my house in a car. I don't know what shop they come from, but they got his wrapping and they got his fries with it.
But you don't know where they're coming from?
No.
Okay, so I'm looking
All right,
online.
hang on.
Our current location, MJ.
yeah.
They say there's a Mr. Beast Burger at International Plaza.
All right, so wait a minute. So there are storefronts. There are brick and mortar. Why have I never heard of these things? So there are Mr. Beast. There are Mr. Beast Burger store. Fester, wait a minute. Mr. Beast Burger. Hold on a minute, James. Hang on a minute. Mr. Beast Burger, 5150 Gulfport Boulevard in St. Pete. Mr. Beast Burger International Plaza on Northwest Shore in Tampa. Mr. Beast Burger Countryside Boulevard, Clearwater.
Are they ghost kitchens?
What are these things? I've never seen a Mr. Beast burger. Somebody help me.
I remember there's a news report of him opening up a Mr. Beast Burger stand at a mall somewhere, and he jammed the mall with like 100,000 people. They came for the grand opening. It was insane. It was insane.
All right, well, hold on. What was that, James?
Yeah, the big mall. It was a big mall where he's originally from, the Mall of America.
Oh yeah, up in Minneapolis. Yeah.
Yeah, I think he hails.
That has that has the Lego. It has a theme park in the middle. It has a.
I know. I once drove right. Funny. James, thanks for the call. I was up in Minneapolis going to see a a radio collector because I collect antique radios.
Right.
And Michelle and I were on a little road trip to pick up some antique radios that I was looking for. So we're up in Minneapolis, and we're going to this antique place up there because the guy had a couple of radios I wanted. And Michelle says to me, "Are we anywhere near the Mall of America? I want to stop by because the Mall of America. This is like 1999 or 2000
In its heyday.
Oh, heyday, Mall of America." And Michelle's like, "Yeah, are we anywhere near the Mall of America?" I'm like, "No, we're nowhere near the Mall of America." We're driving down the interstate, and then we pass. 3 minutes later, I say, "No, we're nowhere near the Mall of America," and then we drive right by it. What do you mean we're nowhere near the mall? Look at the phones here. Tori in St. Pete. Hi, Tori.
Hi, I'm not sure if the last caller explained it at the end, but the concept of his burger business, which has apparently made him, I think, probably a lot of his money, is he licenses out the rights to the actual burger itself to a bunch of different restaurants. And I think if you've ever heard of ghost kitchens, I think a lot of where his burgers are being sold are in joints like that, where they basically buy the rights to it, and then like that last caller said, they use the app to order it, and it's probably made him hundreds of millions of dollars.
Wow. So have you ordered a Mr. Beast burger from some unknown ghost kitchen?
I have not. I think I've heard mixed reviews on it. It sounds a lot like a Krabby Patty. So,
Now, how old are you, Tori?
I'm 32.
All right, buddy. Thanks for calling in. I appreciate you listening.
Yeah, thank you.
One more. I didn't even get to the whole Miss America crazy story. I'll get to that in a minute. I didn't expect Mr. Beast to take on a little life of its own. Hunter is in Lakeland. Last call here, James. James is the last caller.
Hunter.
All right. Hunter, go ahead.
Hey, how's it going? I know that he just explained a little bit of the concept of ghost kitchens and everything, but Mr. Beast is actually in a lawsuit with the guys who run Mr. Beast Burger because of the low quality. He basically is trying to detach his name from it, but they're not letting him. So.
Because does the burger, does it suck? Hunter, does the burger blow?
Oh, yeah. It wasn't good.
See, it's not a franchise model. It's a licensing model, so everybody kind of makes their own.
But a lot of people don't realize this, and I think it's more in bigger cities like in Manhattan. Like, you'll order food online. You'll go to a website, and let's say it's a Chinese food place or maybe an Italian place. There are these ghost kitchens, and I'm fully aware of these. These are not actual restaurants or storefronts. They're like these just spots where they have like a kitchen with no storefront, no signage, and they're just cranking out food in some nondescript, like a boiler room kind of kitchen operation, and the stuff's just getting delivered to your place via, DoorDash or, one of these.
You don't know where it's coming
one of these
from.
Places. Hey, thanks for the call, man. I appreciate it.
No problem. You have a go.
MJ, back to his videos. If you watch a couple of his stunt videos, I assure you will be impressed.
Yeah. Well, listen, I know
a guy who's hard to impress.
I've seen several. I know that they can be very, very elaborate. The guy obviously makes a fortune, and he's spending a fortune. 7:15 at the MJ Morning Show. I didn't get to the Miss America death threats. This is a crazy story.
Death threats?
Yeah. So it's. I'm telling you, it's a nutty beauty pageant related story. We'll get to that in a minute. Did you see who's dissing Taylor Swift?
Who?
Yeah, we got someone. We got a big name that's dissing Taylor Swift and calling her out. Why? We'll explain. Also, an Uber nightmare. Really for the driver. All right? This is not a passenger. This is a driver's nightmare, and you got to hear this audio. All right, we got a lot coming up. We'll do an hour and 20 minutes of nonstop MJ next. 1 hour, 20 minutes, no music, no commercials. Next. Don't move every morning at the same time in minutes. Let me tell you. MJ along with Fester. Froggy out this week. Roxanne, we think, is in Italy. We haven't heard boo from her. She hasn't posted jack on her social media, so who knows? Maybe they were kidnapped in Napoli. I don't know, by some connected folks. I don't know. Maybe they're being held for a ransom. We haven't heard anything yet, though. 7:28 at the MJ Morning Show. Running a few minutes late here, but we still do over an hour and 20 minutes of nonstop MJ. Every single morning at this time, an hour and 20 minutes with no music, no commercials. Boom. In the thick of it right now. Let's hit it. So you've seen, various stories over the years about beauty pageants, and, man, it can get nasty. You got those mom... like pageant moms that push their little girls. They'll push the whole JonBenet Ramsey thing back in the day. You've got teens, preteens. It's nasty.
It's a dirty industry.
It's competitive. It is. It's catty. It's petty. They undercut. It's pretty obnoxious. This is insane. MissAmerica.org is responding after a Miss Pennsylvania contestant has dropped out over death threats.
Come on.
Yeah, and the person apparently issuing the death threats is still in the pageant after the other one drops out, and they're not disqualifying. What the hell's going on here? The Miss America organization is responding after a title holder dropped out days before the Miss Pennsylvania pageant because she feared for her life. Should you be in a beauty pageant and fear for your life? Robin Cass Georgie is the former Miss Susquehanna Valley.
Well, there's a lot of lookers down there in the Susquehanna Valley.
Who was competing for Miss Pennsylvania, but she gave up her Miss Susquehanna Valley crown and bowed out of Miss Pennsylvania because she was getting hundreds of death threats from a fellow title holder, who then still went on to compete for Miss Pennsylvania. What the living F? How did they let that happen?
Did they know?
Yes, they knew. I can't wait to see the life leave your eyes as I crush your whole world. One of the messages from the competitor. I can't wait to see the life leave your eyes? What the hell? Here's a statement. The recent claims made by the title holder, who withdrew from the competition citing concerns about feeling unsafe around another competitor, have been reviewed with great care. The national office is not able to mediate civil disputes. What? But we strive to ensure a safe and fair environment for everyone involved. A judge in Washington, D.C. ruled that both contestants were eligible to compete. Unfortunately, the contestant who chose to withdraw had not provided any proof of eligibility to the state organization in Pennsylvania. Is your mic going on and off again?
I think the mic button's on the fritz.
Jeez, this whole studio's on the fritz.
Great.
Yeah, Fester would be in the middle of talking and his mic just shuts off.
Shuts up.
Oh, jeez.
Does it again.
What the? Let me turn it back. What the? Unbelievable.
I'm sorry.
How does the Miss America organization, how do they not throw the woman out of the pageant that's threatening the other woman so badly that she withdraws and she's in fear for her life?
Did the threater win? Is the person lobbing the threats in the new Miss Pennsylvania?
I don't think it's gotten there yet. The national office was copied on all communications, blah, 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 blah. Some of the message, here's another one. I will kill you.
That's pretty straightforward.
How do they allow the threatener to stay in the competition? I will kill you. I can't wait to see the life drain from your eyes. Officials said they were ready to honor a restraining order that was granted to Miss Cass Georgie. It said that Cass Georgie and the woman accused of sending the death threats could both compete at Miss Pennsylvania, but it had to be separated by 20 feet.
Why?
How do you allow the death threatener to be in the freaking beauty pageant?
I could kill somebody from 20 feet.
Oh, yes. The woman threatening to kill you and watch the life drain from your eyes, she can be in the pageant, just a 20-foot separation. That's it. My God, just burn this whole operation down. Just bulldoze it.
Poor Miss Susquehanna Valley.
That's just awful. Are you ready for something else, man? Oh, dude, this'll wreck an Uber driver's day. Uber, Lyft, whatever the ride share, gig job is. Passengers. And also, is the Uber driver at all at fault here? Let me play some audio and tell me if you can figure out what's going on.
Thank you, man. Have a good one.
Oh, man.
Yo, what the? Oh. They sure love, bro.
Oh.
What the?
All right, let me play it again.
Did he say you should have looked, bro?
All right, no, listen one more time. Passenger in the back of the Uber. The ride is over. The passenger's getting out, and...
Thank you, man. Have a good one. Yo, what the? They sure love, bro.
Oh.
What the?
All right, you know what happened there, right?
Did he open his door
Yes,
in front
yes.
of a car?
Yes. It was a truck, actually. The Uber driver pulls over. The passenger gets out on the driver's side, on the road side, instead of the side of the road on the passenger side of the vehicle. The passenger in the back is sitting behind the Uber driver on the left side, opens the driver's side, opens the door, and a passing truck just takes the whole freaking door off of the Uber.
Oh, my God.
The door's like just smashed and thrown across. It's listen to the audio. Listen to the smash.
Thank you, man. Have a good one.
All right, listen, all is great. Hey, the ride was great. I'm going to give you 5 stars, give you a tip. And,
Thank you, man. Have a good one.
Oh!
Oh, my God.
Yo, what the?
And the driver's going, what the?
I mean, I would be saying the same thing.
That'll end your shift.
Yeah, you know what? I'm not going to log back into the app.
Well, you might have accepted another ride,
I'm going to cancel that ride. I'm going to cancel that ride.
Imagine the Uber driver pulls up and it's missing one of the rear doors.
So what rating did the driver really give this passenger? Or vice versa?
Listen, I don't know. I don't have anything. I don't know where it happened. I saw this on, it just popped up in my feed on Instagram a couple of days ago. So clearly it's somewhere here in the United States. It doesn't say exactly where it happened, but the guy's door was just ripped off by a passing truck. Listen, hey, the passenger could have gotten out of the car and this dude, he could have been killed. I mean, the passenger might have been actually impaled by the truck, could have been crushed. Luckily he opened the door and the truck hit the door. It could have been the passenger.
Is this the video that I'm watching
Yeah,
now?
that's the one right there.
Okay, it's been out for a little while.
Yeah,
but oh my God.
it just popped up in my feed. It's sort of a public service announcement. And there's another thing I want to mention.
Yeah.
Just make sure you get out not on the driver's side, on the road side. Don't get out in a taxi. Like if you're visiting New York, don't get out on the roadside. Also, you got all those bikes and messengers and city bikes. You open your door and city bike rider goes flying right over the door. Get out on the passenger side. Don't get out on the driver's side. But also, is there any fault to be assigned to the driver? Should the driver have said, dude, do me a favor, don't get out? Or should the driver have been looking in the side view mirror or over his shoulder? Hey, well, wait, man, get out on the other side, number one. Or if he was getting out on that side, well, hang on a minute, vehicles are coming. You're not clear. Stop, don't open the door. Should the driver have interjected a little bit?
Yeah, the driver does have some responsibility here.
Oh, I agree.
I've never gotten out on the driver's side.
Yeah. I do agree.
I've probably taken 100 Ubers, and I always get in on the passenger side, usually sit in the back.
that's what you should do.
Ooh.
And I've got a little audio bite I want to play. I put things up on my social media. I put things up on my Instagram that don't necessarily make it to the show. There's plenty of material that I do on my certified MJ Radio Instagram. That's why I encourage people to follow my Instagram. If you like the show, there's still additional content that I put up on my Instagram that some of it's really good, but it doesn't always make it to the show. I don't always talk about everything.
What's the Altoids box?
Oh, see, that's another. I didn't talk about the Altoids box.
I didn't bring it up yesterday because I thought you were going to talk about it, but you didn't.
No, I didn't bring up but I wasn't even going to talk about the Altoids box
well,
here.
then never mind.
Yeah, I was, maybe I will.
Whatever.
I was going to bring up the little surgical procedure I did on Michelle's foot about a week ago. My lettuce at Shake Shack on Sunday, it's taken off like a rocket. It's got, I don't know, like 11,000 views in less than 24 hours on this thing. Let me see where I am on that. So people find it amusing. Yeah, 11,200 views.
I don't know that amusing is the word. Just because a lot of people watch it, I don't want you to conflate that with amusing. I think they think it's like Rain Man.
But this is not Rain.
All
right.
I'm telling you.
This is not even the one I'm going to talk about. I'm going to talk about Michelle's foot surgery here in a second that I performed with my magnified lighted loop headset. So hold on. But seriously, yesterday I mentioned this. I posted this video at about 6 o'clock on Sunday night, and Michelle and I both had a little craving for a cheeseburger, so we went to Shake Shack over at Midtown. And I like the Shake Shack burger. I think for a fast food burger, it's a good burger. The one problem I have is the lettuce was a wilted, near decomposed pile of wet, sloppy, hot, wilty mess. I want crunchy, cold lettuce. So I brought a whole bag full, had a Ziploc bag of my own romaine lettuce that I chilled at home, and I brought my own lettuce to Shake Shack. And you can see I'm taking off this pathetic, wilty, soggy single piece of lettuce. I'm removing it from the Shake Shack burger, and I'm then installing my own lettuce. And a lot of comments on this. People,
it's really a lettuce burger. I mean, it's not even a burger
listen,
anymore.
Dude, always unmute the audio.
I don't know if you're ready to play it.
Yeah, go ahead. You got to refresh it again. Refresh the audio, then unmute it. Go ahead. Go, hit it.
Why don't you tell everyone what you're doing?
Hi. I like a Shake Shack burger, but I want crispier lettuce, colder lettuce. So I brought my lettuce from home, all right? I brought some romaine from home. I'm going to pile it on. It's cold and crispy. And that's the way I want my Shake Shack burger.
You're such a freak.
And then Michelle calls me a freak.
She's right.
Yeah, some people said, hey, you turned your burger into a salad. I like a big stack of lettuce on my burger. Anyway, that's not even the one I want to talk about here. But that is on my Instagram at Certified MJ Radio, or it's on MJ Morning Show. So, folks, if you follow my Instagram, Certified MJ Radio, also follow the Instagram for the show, which is MJ Morning Show. And we put clips up every day, some of the best of moments from the show. We put an MJ TV clip up. So back on the Instagram deal, there's another piece of audio that I want to play. And, well, I guess I'm Dr. MJ. Michelle has something in her foot. This is like a week ago. And example, I wasn't even going to bring this up, but I've had numerous people send me emails. Hey, MJ, you going to talk about this? How's Michelle's foot? That's what most people are asking. Did you get it? Because it didn't resolve on the video. Michelle had some kind of foreign object embedded in her foot. And she's like, ow, 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 ow. I'm like, all right, let me take a look. So I grabbed my watchmaking lighted magnified loop headset, and I put it on, and I grabbed some tweezers, some very fine-pointed Italian like watchmaking tweezers, not Swiss. These are made in Italy. And well, I went to work on Michelle's foot to get the splinter out, and well, it was a little entertaining.
And I see it. I don't think it's glass. I think it's some kind of like wood splinter or something. I got to poke in there with these fine Italian tweezers. Here's like watchmaking tweezers. All right, let me put the magnifying lighted loop on. All right, do me a favor and just be steady, okay? Ready?
Yeah, what an awful spot.
I have to get it. Hang on a minute. It's gonna take a second. Hold on a minute. I almost got it. It's right there. Don't make any noise.
No!
Well,
Stop!
Do you want me to get it out?
Hurry up.
Here we go. And almost. All right, shut off the video.
All right. So people are asking, did you get it out? How's Michelle's foot? Because it never resolved.
That just sounds painful. It really does.
I mean, come on. She wants me to get the damn thing out of her foot, and then she's screaming like a banshee, screaming like a freaking baby. All right, you know what? Let me move this up. I'm going to pin this. All right, I just pinned it. So that video, I just made the first video on my Instagram at Certified MJ Radio. If you want to see me, I kind of look ridiculous with this headgear on with the magnifying loop and lights. So it's on my Instagram, Certified MJ Radio. That's Certified MJ Radio.
I have to put Michelle up on Wiki Feet.
Yeah. Oh, no, don't do that.
Dude, I'm telling you.
Don't put her on Wiki Feet.
She'd be honored.
Hey, you know what was a big hit yesterday? I think I'm going to do it regularly. I think Where Should MJ Eat was big. Man, the phone response was nuts. We had to turn callers away. But I'm thinking maybe once every couple of weeks, we do Where Should MJ Eat?
Yeah, but then we got to go to some of these places.
No, absolutely.
Yeah, that's the thing.
Absolutely. And not just like having lunch with you, but, going with Michelle. And maybe I can do foot surgery right there in the middle of the dining room. No, but I asked on the air yesterday, call in and tell me some places that I don't know about. Because it truly is a large area. We've got, 3 million people or so in the DMI. We're about 3 million people. When you look at the whole Tampa Bay area out to Lakeland, up to Spring Hill, down to Sarasota, Bradenton, the immediate Tampa Bay area, Tampa, St. Pete, Clearwater, et cetera. And there's a lot of people. There's a lot of good restaurants out there. There's a lot of great food, a lot of, niche ethnic places where, I love, all different types of food. There are so many places out there that you just don't know about. So I decided to just say, hey, where should I eat? Where should MJ eat? And the phones blew up, and we had a bunch of suggestions, and I'm thinking it's going to be a regular feature. I think maybe every, week, 10 days, 2 weeks, I open up the phones, maybe just say, hey, we'll take 6 callers. Where should I eat? What a local gem that I don't know about. And that's what it comes down to. There's just so many good places out there with specialties and ethnic-type foods that I just don't know about, and I'm going to love. So I think it's a keeper.
We got to encourage everybody to kind of break out of their food cycles a little bit and venture out a little bit.
Hey, we got the tip guy we got to talk about. First of all, this guy's an idiot.
Kind of tip.
Well, literally tips. Speaking of restaurants,
Okay.
that's why this is a great segue. There's a dude that put up a video on social media, and I'm calling him an idiot because he drowns himself out with music. Why would you shoot a video, talk about your scheme, and then have the music so freaking loud that it drowns you out? Here, let me play the audio, and you'll hear exactly what I'm talking about, but then I'll explain what this guy's racket is, what his deal is.
This is how much money I made in a week in Los Angeles by leaving 0 tips. This week I made $152.92. Let me know where I should go next.
It's a mess.
Hey, what's the matter with you? You idiot.
It's a mess.
I can't hear you. You're drowning yourself out with the music that you've chosen.
I can barely hear a mumble underneath
You
that.
stupid load. Turn the music off on your video. All right, the reason why I'm bringing this up, here's the guy's racket, is the guy is bragging that he's saving $153 a week by not tipping anywhere, especially at restaurants. He'll go to a restaurant and pays the check, no tip. Zero. And he's shooting videos on how much money he's saving every week by not tipping. And then this bonehead shoots the video and he jams up the music so loud that you can't even understand what the hell he's saying. But this guy's an idiot. Yeah, he's from Los Angeles, and he's saying that you can save a lot of money. Some people will think you're a jerk, but you can save a lot of money. The guy is anonymous. He goes by the handle I don't tip. And he decided that he would keep track of his savings by eating out or using, businesses and services where you would normally tip and not tip. And then
calculate the savings.
Then calculate it, add it all up, and then make a big deal out of, hey, don't tip and you can save this much. Listen, if you go to a sit-down restaurant, if you are served, I don't tip at fast food. I'm sorry. Like Shake Shack. I'm just going to lay it out there.
Yeah.
Michelle and I, as you just heard, we went to Shake Shack with my whole lettuce incident on Sunday. Go to Shake Shack. My double cheeseburger is already, I think, $9.79.
It's not a cheap
No,
burger.
it's not. So we're in the deal for $30. I mean, fast food, two people, $30. We like the burgers, so that's why I went. But Michelle got a single with bacon. Order of fries. I thought the fries at Shake Shack were way too small for $4.79. That's a whole different story. But listen, I like the food at Shake Shack. I'm just being honest about some of my observations. But the point I'm trying to make is I like Shake Shack. Will I go back to Shake Shack? I will.
Okay.
But the point is double cheeseburger, single for Michelle with bacon, the fries, she got a chocolate milkshake, and it was $30. I mean, it's $30. And then they want a tip on top of that. I'm sorry. Shake Shack, folks, I'm not tipping. It's a fast food place. It's like walking up to a McDonald's counter. Yeah. Are the burgers higher quality? Yes. But I'm not tipping. It's $30 for fast food. I'm not laying a tip down on top of that. I go to a sit-down restaurant where I'm being served. Absolutely, I'm tipping. If the service is great, I'm tipping well. So this guy trying to pull shenanigans here and trying to create content with, hey, I'm going to go out and eat all over Los Angeles at restaurants, and I'm not going to tip. And then I'm going to keep track of how much the 15, 18, or 20% would have been. And look, I saved $153 last week by not tipping.
I think I call BS on this guy.
Guy's a douche canoe is what he is. Yes.
15%. He saved $150. He spent a lot of money going out. He wasn't going to go out every night.
Well, I'm just telling what he's saying.
You should spend more time learning how to produce good videos.
And then he's shown, for instance, here is a receipt at some L.A. place. Bottled water, drinks, 4 drink specials, a prosciutto pizza for $21.84, special cheese wheel pasta with fresh black truffles. Anyway, oh, man. So wait a minute. 2 special cheese wheel pasta with fresh black truffles came in at $174 for the 2, right? Then more drink specials. This guy's total check was $355.68. And then you look at the receipt because he put the picture online. And then for the tip area, just a black line right through it, 0.
I was saying he has to have some pretty expensive meals to save $150 in tips.
This guy's a tool. Anyway, I don't think it's right. I just wanted to make it clear. If you have good service and you sit down at a restaurant, then absolutely you tip and you tip well. That's what the service, that's how they're making their living. Fast food, that's a whole different story. I'm sorry. I am not. We've talked about this for years on the program. I'm not getting guilt tipped.
No.
I go to an ice cream shop or something. I'm sorry. I'm not going to tip. You're getting a couple of scoops. I'm not leaving it. I'm sorry.
Now, if you go to an ice cream creamery where they're actually churning the ice cream at your table, it's a different story.
Listen, I'm just saying that my rule is fast food, I'm not tipping. And these days, these guilt tipping screens are out of control. I'm taking out a pizza from a place, let's say, and then the tip screen comes. I'm not tipping. I'm not doing it.
I'm carrying it out.
I sit down, you serve me. Yes, I'm tipping. I'm carrying out. No, I'm not tipping. is the bottom. Oh, speaking of tippers, got a whole pattern here. See what I'm doing? Look at this.
It all kind of fits together.
David and Victoria Beckham. You know, Bend It Like Beckham?
Yes.
There is a book out that says that they are horrendous tippers. But we're talking about restaurants. I don't expect them to tip at Shake Shack. Just taking out a cheeseburger.
Well, when Victoria Beckham goes to Burger King or something, she doesn't leave a tip.
But just quickly here before I move on, David and Victoria Beckham, I saw an item, one of the gossip columns, page 6, discussed how the Beckhams are worth $575 million. That's the estimate. And they're awful, awful tippers. And that Elton John calls them the Take'ems. So Elton John calls them the Take'ems. A waitress, listen to this. A waitress once handed the Beckham's personal assistant an alleged note from Beckham after he failed to tip, saying that she survived on tips after the athlete allegedly stiffed her. Yeah. So a waitress once handed the personal assistant a note that she wasn't tipped effectively.
Hey, tell your schmuck boss here.
Yeah, there's a whole story here about how David Beckham and his alleged extramarital affairs reached a tipping point when he stiffed a hardworking server who told his then, side ride, who I guess was the personal assistant at the time, about Beckham being a cheapskate, slipped her a note. A waitress handed Beckham's personal assistant and alleged mistress, Rebecca Luce.
I bet.
Very, very loose. Whom he was romantically tied to while he was playing soccer for Real Madrid, a note saying that he was not tipping. The note said that she survived on tips, and he had just made $27 million after being transferred. You know, in all fairness, a lot of times in Europe, you don't tip. A lot of Americans still do, and a lot of places overseas, they count on Americans tipping. But
it's not the custom.
Check where you are and whether tipping is customary, because there are plenty of places overseas where there's sometimes a cover charge to sit down in the restaurant, or most places in Europe, the tip is built into the cost of the menu item, and there is no tip. Just do a simple Google search where you are, and that'll tell you. But I guess the Beckhams here in the United States, they've been known for lousy tipping, and the Take'ems.
The Take'ems. That's an appropriate name.
Takums. That's what Elton John calls them. The Take'ems. 7:56 at the MJ Morning Show here on Q105. It's 104.7 FM. Spread the word that the MJ Morning Show is on. I don't know if I believe this. Fester, you did not bring this to me. I found this one. You're typically the Reddit scourer.
I pride myself on my Reddit scour ability.
Yeah, Fester brings some great stories from Reddit, and Reddit has become really a cool source for a lot of things. And one of the subreddits on Reddit where we found some good material over the years is the AITAH thread. And AITAH is, am I the bleep hole? Am I the ass,
A question that is literally as old as time.
Yeah.
Am I the bleep hole?
This is where people have clearly some kind of a situation like a Larry David moment, a curb moment, and something happened, and then they tell the story. Now, I'm sure some are real, but I got to believe that some people are just coming up with stories and just creating content and just posting things that they just dreamed of. So it's not like I buy every single one of these stories. So the question is this one or not, or what are your thoughts? Am I the bleep hole for filing for divorce because my husband over-tightens all the jar lids?
I mean, I could see how that becomes really aggravating.
Oh, man. Come on, really? His over-tightening of jar lids has been an issue since he was just visiting at my house when we were dating. First, it started with just things that he used. And then over time, it became every damn glass jar with a metal lid. He tightened them so much I couldn't open them without assistance. It wasn't a huge deal if he was there, but if I was alone, it was so annoying. More times than I can count, I've opened a new jar of something because I couldn't get the jar open. It's been a recurring cycle for over the past 5 years. It's just a thing that would escalate until I had a major meltdown and I freaked out, screaming, frustrated, and seemingly crazed because of the lid. Then it would get better for a while after, I guess, the meltdown. Then it would slowly become an issue again, just getting worse and worse until I reach a breaking point. Sometimes I literally feel insane for being so upset over jar lids. He initially claimed that he did it to keep the food fresh after many arguments about it and my insistence that I don't believe that it keeps anything fresh. And even if it does make things last longer, I don't care if it means that I can't eat my freaking food when I want. I'll just replace things that go bad because they are closed normally. Then the excuse was, oh, it's just a habit. So a month ago, my husband had a family emergency and had to travel out of state for 10 days. First day is gone. I discover a jar I can't open. Anyway, this goes on. This is like 2 pages.
She's really upset about this.
She files for divorce, allegedly. If the story is real, she's filing for divorce because she claims that her husband, who she was warned about this when they were just dating, and then I guess when they were engaged, that he's just tightening the lids. She claims intentionally to piss her off, and now she's filing for divorce. Is this the first divorce ever over tightened jar lids?
How many things in your refrigerator do you have that's in a glass jar with a metal lid? I can think of 2 things I currently have in my fridge, but that's it.
He still won't admit that he tightened the lids on purpose. He suggested we go to marriage counseling, but I refused. There's no point. I just literally can't get past the GD jar lids.
I mean, what's a counselor going to say? How are they going to help?
Oh, my God. Anyway, she's talking about she's hurt herself. She strained herself trying to open jar lids. Oh, man. So I don't know if I believe the story, but I thought it was a potential divorce allegedly over tightened jar lids.
How many jars do you have?
I don't know. Anyway.
I mean, how often do you eat pickles?
Who the heck knows?
I have pickles and olives in my refrigerator. Those are the only 2 things in glass jars.
I saw another item, and then I thought of something that was similar. Oh, man. This girlfriend was trying to be nice. You know when you try to do something nice and it just goes awry? Can you think of anything that you tried to do for somebody? You tried to do something nice, and you just totally screwed it up.
I mean, I'm sure.
You've destroyed something.
Was it just that?
I had good intentions.
On my tombstone is going to say, well, he had good intentions.
Oh, that's a good one.
Yeah, well,
I like it.
Road to hell's paved with good intentions.
The reason why I'm bringing this up is this woman thought she was doing a nice thing by washing her boyfriend's car.
Yeah.
With a power washer, with a pressure washer.
Oh, that's a no-no.
And peels the paint off the car.
Yeah, there's a reason why people wash their cars by hand.
Man. A girlfriend thought she was doing something nice. Power washed her boyfriend's car. Instead of cleaning the car, she ripped the top coat of paint off of the vehicle's exterior.
Awful. I've seen people with pressure washers before in their car, and I'm like, that's not how you do it, man.
She didn't realize until it was too late. I've got a Simpson 3800, semi-professional power washer at the house, and I'll tell you what, you have some of the streams that are not like laser cutters, but you put on some of those, it's by degrees on what you get some of those concentrated. I mean, look what it does, to a driveway that's all mucked up with mold and all kinds of dirt. Like a sidewalk, or you get all kinds of filth and muck. And man, those needle pinpointed high pressure washers, I mean, it's like almost like a sandblaster to a certain extent. and she takes off the coating, the top coating of the guy's paint off his car.
She was trying to help, trying to do something
man.
nice.
And this reminded me of something funny. I've got I don't know if I should cold call my friend. Hang on a minute. Hey, Andrew, I'm gonna cold call my buddy Kyle, and I'm gonna see if he remembers this.
Does it involve a pressure washer?
Well, no, but it's a car washing fiasco.
Okay.
Both. Just use my real name.
All right.
When I call him. So my buddy Kyle from Virginia Beach,
right,
had a girlfriend. I can't remember the girlfriend's name, but she was nice, and the girlfriend's little sister, I think it was, wanted to surprise dad and wash his car like on a Saturday or Sunday morning.
Right.
She grabbed Comet.
Oh, no.
And had a towel and a sponge, and she's using Comet cleanser.
Scratched the hell out
and
of the car.
Just, I mean, it's abrasive.
Yeah.
And just like you get that dull scratch, the whole car was destroyed. The whole do not use an abrasive cleanser. Use dish soap or, McGuire's car washer, something. You don't use Comet cleanser.
Not things that it's meant for pots and pans to get that caked on stuff off.
It was thousands and thousands of dollars in damage. I think you had to have the whole car repainted.
Yeah, of course.
Yeah. I'm Earl Scheib. I'll paint any car, any color, $99.95. Right. Were there Earl Scheibs around? Remember those? I'll paint any car, any color, $99. How do you paint a car for $99.95? Oh my God! Let me see if Kyle. I don't know if he'll even pick up the phone. All right. Hey, Andrew, I'm going to dial my friend Kyle. See if he remembers this. Yeah, we're all looking forward to seeing each other. I got my 40-year high school reunion coming up in October in Virginia Beach, so I booked my Breeze. I'm flying Breeze again.
Good for you.
Remember, Michelle and I flew Breeze for her birthday weekend back to Virginia Beach, Tampa to Norfolk nonstop. We had a great time. Remember, the landing gear broke.
I mean, aside from the landing gear breaking.
Yeah, as we landed in Tampa coming back from Norfolk International, the landing gear broke. I mean, it didn't snap. We didn't, skid and spark and catch fire, but it broke and went sideways, and he couldn't steer. We had to get towed back to the gate. But listen, I'll fly. I had a good time on Breeze.
I mean, what are the odds of the landing gear breaking again?
Yeah, that was an Embraer 195 for my trip in October. I get to fly the Airbus A220 for the first time ever, so I'm excited about that. I've never been on an Airbus. Actually, it's the Bombardier that Airbus took over. Let me see if I can. I want to see if Kyle. What do you think? Will Kyle remember?
I mean, that's a pretty hard story to forget. I mean, I'm sure it's not top of mind, but give him a couple of seconds.
I don't want to piss off Kyle's wife now, talking about an ex-girlfriend as well. But he lives in Maine now. 1207. All right, Andrew, I'm putting on hold. It's Kyle. Tell Kyle if he picks up. Hopefully he will. It's coming from a 727 area code. He might just say, what is this spam racket? And maybe not even pick up the phone. But we'll see. But can you imagine? You got a 10-year-old kid that I think it was the sister. I don't think it was the girlfriend. But can you imagine ruining the entire paint job on a car? I washed your car, Daddy, and Dad comes out and it's all scratched and all the clear coat's taken off. You use an abrasive cleanser.
What a mess.
Oh, my God. That's it's just going to voicemail. Hey, try it one more time. Just do rule of twos. Call it back one more. Oh.
He needs a number.
Yeah, he doesn't
have the number.
Yeah, he doesn't have the number. I got to do it. Hang on. Thank you. I think he's yelling at me. I don't have the number. All right. 1-207-740. All right. One more time. If not, I'm going to move on anyway. But yeah, don't use a power washer and strip the paint and the clear coat off the car. Is this an old Earl Scheib commercial you found?
I found a bunch of them.
Hey, all right, roll back to the end.
Here we go.
Roll back to the end. Go ahead.
I'm Earl Scheib. I'll paint any car for just $99.95.
I told you.
He's great. I found an old Earl Scheib commercial where he painted cars for $29.
Get out of here.
Yes, 1969.
What?
Here.
How do you paint a car for $29?
Hold on.
Come on.
I'm Earl Scheib. This week with my $29.95 paint job, I will give you $10 metalwork absolutely free.
Wow.
Don't pay high prices for body and fender repair. Earl Scheib's exclusive Estometer takes the guesswork out of auto body repair.
Anyway. $29.95 for a car paint. Even $99.95. What the hell? All right. Wow. I don't know if this is real. There apparently is a water fountain at the Philadelphia airport where you have to watch an ad first before you can get your water out.
Ooh. Wow. I mean, is that what it's coming to?
The water fountain is there courtesy of SodaStream. You know SodaStream?
Yeah.
It's the home soda device. You get like these generic syrups. You got the cola. I've never had a SodaStream.
I have no interest in one.
I've never had one, but I know that they've sold a jillion of these things. You know, you make your own lemon lime. You can make your own sparkling water with the CO2 and everything. And granted, hey, the concept is good. You know, I don't know about the flavors, whether they taste as good as some of the national brands as far as the soft drinks, but making your own sparkling water for a fraction, I think that's somewhat appealing. I never jumped on the bandwagon, but SodaStream has been very successful. And then I saw this story yesterday that at the Philadelphia airport, there is a water fountain that forces you to watch a SodaStream ad first before you can get a drink or fill up a water bottle.
That sucks.
Jenny Allison at something called The Cool Down reports that this absurd scenario that travelers are now subjected to a SodaStream branded water fountain that dispenses a measly 8 ounces of water, only to then force them to watch a video ad and app download prompt. So each person is waiting there for that bull bleep to finish while this machine has replaced the public fountain.
So if you come with like these Stanley Cups that are 32 ounces or 24 ounces, you've got to watch a bunch of commercials.
You get 8 ounces at a time?
It's a little
what the?
Kosher water.
So one person comments, filling my water bottle would take 3 minutes and 3 ads versus something I should be able to do in 20 to 30 seconds. Is this for real? Philadelphia Airport to use a water fountain by SodaStream? You got to watch an ad before you can get 8 ounces of water? What? Has anyone seen this?
I'm on Philadelphia International's Facebook page, and it shows nothing of it. I mean, it shows other water fountains and how they try to help people hydrate.
Yeah, I mean, they have those water fountains that have the button. You can put the bottle there, the whole thing. Save a plastic bottles, just fill up your own, etc. Well, apparently they have some of these SodaStream water fountains around the airport. I don't know if what you're looking at is an old. I don't know if they've replaced all the water fountains at the Philadelphia airport with.
There it is.
Oh, there. Oh,
there
yeah.
it is. Look.
Yeah.
It's a nicer looking water dispenser.
And it's got a video screen there. Yeah, Fester just found a photo of it.
Think of those Coke machines where you press the screen to get the flavor you want.
Yeah, it's got like the freestyle machines.
Yeah, it looks like that.
Yeah.
Where you put your cup down, but then you have to watch the ad before it spits out the water. Oh, man.
Man, are we coming to this now? Where to get water out of a fountain, you gotta. It's kind of like on YouTube. You go to YouTube and some videos have no ads. Some videos have the ads that you can immediately skip. Some of the YouTube content or some of the other captive video that you find on some of the news sites or whatever, you gotta watch the ad. You can't skip the ad, before the content plays.
Does this?
And now this happens at a water fountain at the Philadelphia airport because of some SodaStream sponsorship.
Question.
Yeah.
And you don't know the answer, and I don't either.
Right.
Does this water fountain give you SodaStream product? Does it give you flavored water?
Yeah, I don't know.
Is it giving you something more than Philadelphia tap water?
No, it's a good question.
I mean, if you're getting a product in return, I can understand it.
Yeah.
But to replace the public fountain is a little ridiculous.
Yeah, well, you can get just regular water, but that's a good question. Are there flavored options, or can you get sparkling water? Can you get fizzed up water out of the deal as well? Hey, folks, we have breaking news. Breaking news. It's Bennifer, folks. It's Ben Affleck, J-Lo, who appear to be headed for divorce. Did you say good?
I mean, good that we're getting to it because I'm really concerned about Ben and J-Lo. I'm on
It
pins
sounded
and
like you were
needles.
saying good that they were getting a divorce.
I mean, I don't care.
I don't want to see.
Well, hold on. My life is zero affected.
I don't want to see a marriage wrecked. I want to see peace and harmony among,
not me.
Among couples.
I love chaos.
Yeah, whatever.
Love it.
Shocker, ladies and gentlemen. J-Lo in Italy was spotted flying coach.
Shut up.
No private jet, on a regular airline. And I couldn't find which airline. I didn't get a chance to search any deeper. But according to TMZ, they got their hands on photos. Jennifer Lopez. It's pretty funny. Jenny from the main cabin is what they're calling her.
Listen, was it a last minute booking? I mean,
I don't know. But J-Lo, and this is a 3-row seat, or a 3-row plane, 3 rows on the left side, 3 rows on the other side with the center aisle, and she flew from Naples, Italy, to Paris. So I don't know if she was on like EasyJet or Ryanair, or I don't know what. If you can find it, because TMZ did not have the story. I'd like to know what airline she flew, but she was in coach. She flew economy, and Jennifer Lopez flying commercial, and not even like in business or first, or it might have been one of these budget airlines where they don't even have a business or first, and they only have coach.
Did J-Lo get jammed in a middle seat?
No. So here's the deal. I guess they bought the whole row. It's J-Lo in the window. The middle is empty, and you can see it looks like she has like some expensive Louis Vuitton bag or something, some carry-all sitting in the middle seat. And then her bodyguard was in the aisle. So they had the whole row, but Jenny's all back in coach.
Could it be KLM?
I don't know. I have no idea. I don't know that KLM flies from Napoli to Paris. I mean, KLM's Dutch. I don't know why they'd be operating out of the Naples, Italy airport.
Yeah, a bunch of Dutch.
Yeah. So I just thought it was hysterical that she's flying coach.
Hey, good for her.
She didn't fly a private jet. You know what? I'll give her some credit for that. I don't know whether she's trying to save money. I don't know whether things are tight right now.
Yeah, she's really concerned.
They're trying. Well, listen, her tour was canceled because of lack of ticket sales.
I mean, she probably has
her
miles.
her last album was a total flop. They're trying to unload this $60 million mansion out in Beverly Hills. Amid this apparent split.
I mean, if you see J-Lo at like the Dollar General clipping coupons on a Saturday, then I'll believe she has money troubles. But until then.
Or Big Lots or Aldi.
Maybe, who knows? Yeah. Listen, want to save a few bucks? There's ways, J-Lo.
And then I guess Ben Affleck snapped at paparazzi. Yeah, they were taking pictures of him leaving J-Lo's house. Also, TMZ, Ben Affleck lost his cool on paparazzi over the weekend, but for good reason. They were flashing the crap out of him with their cameras, which he rightly noted was dangerous. I guess while he was driving, the actor was spotted leaving his and Jennifer Lopez's marital home in Beverly Hills Sunday night, when a group of photographers. So he was at the house on Sunday. J-Lo is traipsing across Europe and Italy,
flying coach with a bodyguard.
Yeah. A group of photographers were waiting for him at the bottom of a hill as he was exiting, and they start snapping all these photos. And I guess Ben Affleck went all, nutso on the paparazzo.
Don't flash your light on someone driving down the driveway. I don't have a light. Listen, you do have a light.
Yeah, there he is.
Don't do that. That's dangerous. You don't even know if that's me. You're causing accident.
That's right. Again, baby, you're right. I have no light on. You know that, baby. But you're right.
Stop, man. It's dangerous what you guys are doing. Do you understand? I can't see. You're gonna get somebody hurt doing it. Jesus Christ, my daughter's coming down here. If you flash the lights on her, you're putting her in danger. Do you understand that?
Yeah. Understood, Ben.
Wow. And meanwhile, did you hear the shutter keep going? While
nobody cared.
They're taking pictures of Ben while he's all amped up and ramped up and yelling at the paparazzi.
This is what they get paid for.
Yeah. And that's what they do. I mean, I get it.
They're hoping Ben comes over to yell at them.
Yeah. I have roller coaster news here on the MJ Morning Show. It is with a very heavy heart.
Oh, no.
A very heavy heart that I follow up a story from.
Oh,
it was last week. Yeah, it was last Thursday or Friday we did the story. It's with a very heavy heart that I tell you that the guy that was hit by the roller coaster in Ohio has passed away. He didn't survive. Let it go. If you drop something off the roller coaster, let it go. Or just heed the warnings and heed the advice from the amusement park staff. This guy dropped, there were two different stories. One story said that he dropped his keys off of a roller coaster in Ohio. There was another story that said he dropped his cell phone. And he told the employees, the ride operators, what happened. And this is at a big amusement park. This is at Kings Island in Ohio.
The Banshee roller coaster?
Yeah, I'm going to get through the whole deal. I got the name and everything. We did the story late last week. This is a follow-up. And he goes to the ride operators and said, hey, I dropped something. Again, some reports say keys. Some reports say he dropped his cell phone. And they said, sir, we'll get it for you, but we have to wait until the park closes, until the ride is done for the day. The ride is shut down as the park is closing. Then we can go and retrieve your personal property that was dropped. He didn't want any part of that. He wanted his keys or cell phone, and he went through some kind of an authorized access gate only and got underneath the roller coaster tracks to retrieve whatever he had dropped off the roller coaster after he was told not to. We'll get it for you after the ride closes. The guy was struck by the Banshee roller coaster. And now we know that it was Arntanaro Nelson. Arntanaro, A-R-N-T-A-N-A-R-O, Nelson of Wilmington, Ohio. He suffered a traumatic injury because he was hit by the roller coaster. People on the roller coaster said they thought they hit a deer. That's what it sounded like.
That's awful.
But it was this guy's head. And he was rushed to the hospital in critical condition. The ride was shut down from Wednesday night, Thursday, Friday, Saturday. It just reopened apparently yesterday. And the guy passed away. He was rushed to the hospital in critical condition. And now the report is that he has died. 38-year-old man died days after he was hit by the roller coaster at Kings Island Amusement Park in Ohio. Just listen to the park employees. Just let it sit for a little bit, man. And you don't climb into a dangerous authorized persons only and climb underneath the roller coaster.
How often does this happen?
Oh, man.
I mean, how often do people risk their lives crawling into this restricted area?
I'm guessing stuff falls all the time.
All the time, every day.
You know, you talk to somebody from Busch Gardens, right up the street here, and I'm sure, is Gwazi still around? Or I don't know. It's Iron Gwazi now.
But they've got a bunch of cool roller coasters. I bet you every day something falls out of people's pockets.
Exactly. Yeah, he passed away. And cause of death is pending investigation. But I'll tell you right now, cause of death is being hit by a roller coaster going 68 miles an hour.
So a man died in 2015, MJ.
Where?
At Cedar Point.
Oh, yeah, that's another Ohio place. That's another famous Ohio. Ohio's got some good amusement parks.
Ohio is the state for getting kicked in the head
With roller coasters, apparently.
Coasters. They should change the license plate.
2015, a man was hit and killed by the Raptor coaster at Cedar Point after he went into a restricted area to get his lost cell phone. Look at that. Another lost cell phone or keys deal. Just leave it alone. Just wait. A public service message from the MJ Morning Show here on Q105. And then there's another roller coaster story. This is insane. North Carolina. Man claims he was paralyzed after riding a violent and rough old wooden roller coaster. According to his lawyer, his client gets on fine and gets off a quadriplegic. What?
That's a rough ride.
What?
That's some big roller coaster news.
This is an old wooden roller coaster. Kul Sanyashi suffered a spinal cord injury, I bit my tongue, and became a quadriplegic after riding the Swamp Fox roller coaster at Family Kingdom Amusement Park in Myrtle Beach, South Carolina. So he's from North Carolina, and he was on the Swamp Fox. What if Kenny Powers ever rode the Swamp Fox?
Are you kidding me? He named the Swamp Fox.
Wow, this is nuts. Happened in 2021, but lawsuits were filed just late last week. The allegation is that he gets on fine and then gets off as a quadriplegic. According to Morgan Martin, the couple's lawyer, it's such a sad, sad day for that young man who's just in horrible condition.
Yeah, I bet.
There had to be something pre-existing, or you don't get on even a bumpy, jolting, jarring old wooden roller coaster. You don't get on fine and then get off a quadriplegic unless that thing comes off the tracks and flings you into a support post at 62 miles an hour.
Here's a picture of him standing up straight the day of the accident.
I realize that, but how, come on. How do you, there must have been something congenitally wrong with him.
Pre-existing in his body where he slipped something. And...
Yes, even the roughest, jarringest roller coaster, I'm sorry, it doesn't turn you into a paralyzed human. Unless there was something seriously wrong that was undiagnosed or something. Anyway, lawsuits filed. So, ladies and gentlemen, this wraps up roller coaster news here on the MJ Morning Show on Q105.
This is really an awful segment. None of them ended happy.
You ready for Frankenleg?
What? What does he have? Frankenleg?
Oh man, I've heard of this. Have you heard of the leg lengthening surgery?
Yes.
I'm sure there's all kinds of smart ass. Hey, MJ, you ought to get leg lengthening surgery.
Hey, MJ.
Hey, MJ, you could turn your 5'6" into maybe 5'9" or 5'10" if you guys. I don't care. I am perfectly happy being 5'6". It hasn't affected any damn thing in my life.
Except for reaching for things on the top shelf. That's a little challenging. That's a little tough.
I have wanted for nothing. I've lived so far a very good. I am perfectly happy with my 5'6".
So,
or 5'5.5", whatever it is. Because as you get older, you kind of you shrink a little bit.
You'll be 5'4" by the time this thing's over.
Yeah. Oh yeah. But with spinal compression and all that crap, yeah, absolutely.
Now, is it true that normally people who get this are of normal height?
Some people are.
I've heard of this for like dwarfs and people and little people.
Some people that are already like 5'9", they want to be taller. So I saw another item on leg lengthening. They call it Frankenstein leg lengthening. Well, that's kind of like that's not the official thing. This is pretty elaborate. They go in, they put in like titanium rods, and they pull your bones apart, then they fuse and lengthen your bones.
They break the bones.
Oh,
right?
yeah. Oh, yeah. So listen to this. A woman by the name of Teresia Fisher, she spent on multiple surgeries now $162,000. She's 32 years old. She's a reality star of some sort from Hamburg, Germany, and she's got a ton of followers on Instagram. And now she has had her latest leg lengthening surgery. She was formerly 5'5". She's undergone numerous leg stretching operations since 2016, adding 5.5 inches to her height.
She doesn't look right because the 5 inches are all in her legs.
Yeah, well, now her legs are ginormous and her torso is kind of small. But here's the deal. She says the whole thing is finally coming to an end. I'm glad it's over. Today, I'm 6 feet tall. All right. Now, I don't think you have to be a math genius. I don't think you need to be in Kumon class starting at 4 years old to figure out that. Hold on. If she was 5'5",
5'5",
and she added 5.5 inches,
right?
Wouldn't that make you 5'10 and a half? And she's claiming she's 6 feet. So where's the other inch and a half?
Maybe she paid extra and one leg's a little off.
But what are people thinking? You want to be taller so you have your legs broken and then rods are put in and then what? There's bone grafting? I mean, this is some painful, horrific surgery. And now she's like all out of proportion. Her legs are like these like huge Mr. Pretzel sticks. And she's got this small little torso.
This isn't right.
Now, I guess she had this done in Germany. I think I've read this is being done in the United States.
Yeah, I typed in leg lengthening surgery into Google, and the Boston Clinic was the first one that popped up.
Yeah, so it is being done.
But there's also a legitimate medical reason behind this.
What's the legit? If you're short and you want, or shorter and you want to just add height, what's the medical reason behind that?
What if you have like one leg that's like 2 inches shorter?
That's a different
I said
story.
a legitimate medical reason.
Okay, that's different.
Yeah, there's legitimate reasons for this procedure.
Yeah, I had like a second or third cousin who, probably my age, but I only saw the kid like maybe 3 times in my whole life, and I think it's like second or third cousin. I don't know. I don't even know. I don't remember the name or where they even are today. But this boy. He was born with one leg, like I think an inch or 2 shorter than the other leg. And this is back like in the 70s. And he had to wear shoes with the pad, a thicker heel.
Yeah, I went to school with a kid or two that had that.
Just a shorter leg. And these days, you can now have the leg lengthening surgery. If it's for medical reasons, for a birth defect, I can see that, but somebody that's 5'5", 5'6", and they want to be taught to go through this, there's no way in hell that I would go through surgery. Oh, because what would be different in my life if I were 5'9" or 5'10" or 5? It doesn't even register. I don't even care.
Your pants.
I don't go through life, and I never have. Oh man, my life. You know what? I'm just not living up to things because I'm not like the average height of a guy at 5'9" or 5. What is the average male? The average male's like what? 5'9", 5'10". Is like what average height U.S. male? I think it's 5'9.5" or something. Average height U.S. male. 5'9". Look at that.
5'9".
Yeah. So that's the average height for a man in the United States.
I could have guessed you would know that to the end.
So I'm 3 inches or so shorter than the average male. Oh my God, my career has sucked. I don't have a hot wife. I don't have great kids. I mean, listen, my height hasn't affected my life at all.
I mean, look what it's done to your personality.
And I love the people. Oh, yeah, you got short guy syndrome. What are you talking about? People like this, people like to throw that out every once in a while. Oh, you got short man syndrome or whatever. What do you, no.
What do they think they're messing with?
Fester, you've known me for what, almost 30 years now, right?
God, don't remind me. Yeah.
Have I ever been affected by my height and being a shorter guy?
No. You comb your hair up, it makes up for a little bit of it too.
Yeah, look at that. I poof it up. It gives you another inch and a half. With the big old hair poof. And here's this lady that, has added 5.5 inches.
She doesn't look. How does a long leg lady have 150,000 Instagram followers?
Yeah, and I'm scrounging for 17. I just hit 17,100.
I don't see Mama Long Legs.
My next milestone for my Instagram is I'm trying to get to 20,000.
Wow.
So if you'd like to if you'd like to feed the MJ Instagram charity and you don't follow my Instagram, hi, this is Sally Struthers. Yeah, if you don't follow my Instagram, feel free to follow my Instagram, Certified MJ Radio. That's Certified MJ Radio. As I had to do a Jerry Lewis-like telethon.
Yeah, get a big board.
Yeah, MDA or MJ's Instagram followers. What do you think? What's the better charity? You know
what? It's really a toss-up.
Yes, Certified MJ Radio. Give me a follow. Certified. They don't do the telethon anymore. I thought that was great for MDA. You know,
Jerry died.
I thought it was great. Yeah, Jerry died, and the telethon went with him. I mean, that was a staple. That was like a Labor Day weekend staple.
Yeah.
Let's go to the tote board. So I got to believe that the Muscular Dystrophy Association has suffered as far as donations. I don't want to hear that. I thought raising money was a great thing. So anyway, we're having a lot of recalled crap. Do you remember? What are you laughing at?
No, it was the way this thing's going from a lady who's deliberately extending the length of her legs
to the Jerry Lewis telethon. To the Jerry Lewis telethon.
So I'm just watching the river flow downhill.
No, seriously. I hope that MDA didn't get screwed by Jerry Lewis dying and like the telethon going away.
Why doesn't Ryan Seacrest pick that up? He wants every job out there in Hollywood.
Yeah, exactly. The Ryan Seacrest hosting the telethon. No, I seriously, I hope that MDA didn't lose a ton of funding because the telethon disappeared. How long has the telethon's been gone for a long time, right?
I don't know. When did he die?
I can't remember the last time I saw the MDA telethon. Maybe we got to bring it back. Anyway, yesterday we had a recall on what item? Let me see how good your memory is.
I remember.
Yep. What was the recalled item of the day on the MJ Morning Show yesterday?
It was the Joy Jolt glass coffee mug.
That is correct. Yeah, so like 550,000 glass coffee mugs. Apparently, if you put hot liquid in a coffee mug, the thing will shatter and spray with glass and burning, scalding liquid. So the company is recalling like 500,000 of the, what is it called?
Joy Jolt.
Joy Jolt.
Was the manufacturer.
Yeah, you'll get jolted. And there's going to be no joy, though, when you're sprayed with glass and 212-degree boiling tea. So, yeah, that was our recall yesterday. And today's recall, 567,000 battery packs, like battery banks sold at Costco that can catch fire, and already two homes have caught fire.
That's a serious issue.
Oh, it is.
Battery packs.
Yeah, the battery banks. The
lithium?
The lithium-celled battery banks that you carry around to have juice for your cell phone. When I travel, I always carry a battery bank. A little, what do I have? An Anchor. It's one of the big brands, Anchor. And Costco apparently sold 567,000 portable battery chargers, and these were sold all over the country at Costco. 120 reports of overheating while charging, and then 2 of the devices actually lit people's houses on fire. Yeah, the recall involves the MyCharge Power Hub all-in-one. Yeah, it's all-in-one. It's an arsonist as well.
It's everything you need.
It's an all arson operation. So the MyCharge Power Hub all-in-one 10,000 milliamp hour portable chargers sold at Costco online, sold at the store and online from January 22 through November of last year, 23, for about $40. These are being recalled by the Consumer Product Safety Commission.
I've seen these before. Look, it has like a textured outside.
Yeah, it's MyCharge. I've seen the brand.
Yeah.
The brand is MyCharge. They're based up in Birmingham, Michigan. They're made in China. Shocker there. They're overheating while charging, and 2 homes have been torched. My arson. My fire. My insurance claim.
If you ever pick these chargers up or pick your cell phone up and it's ridiculously hot,
yeah,
you think, God.
I picked up some devices, absolutely. But when I charge my Anchor battery bank charger, I don't get that kind of heat. But listen, lithium cells, they can be very unstable. Now, I don't think many people use pliers and a saw to cut open lithium batteries, but I've seen numerous videos where, for instance, the battery that I use for my dive computer, I've got a shear water. If with tons of scuba divers in town, I've got a couple of shear water computers. Got a dive watch version, and then I have something called the Perdix 2, and that takes just one AA battery. And they recommend that you use like the Panasonic or the Energizer lithium AA batteries. And there's a video or a couple of videos that I've seen where guy slices open the outer shell, pulls out the innards of this AA battery, a lithium cell, and it's all kinds of like folded foil, and it's the foil is actually lithium, and that's obviously causing the chemical reaction inside that's causing the reaction to produce the 1.5 volts for the AA. And this guy pulls the whole thing out, unravels it, and drops it in a Pyrex dish filled with water. The thing starts smoking, and then the thing bursts into flames.
Oh, my God.
And then explodes.
In water?
Oh, yeah, in water. So it bursts into flames. Ah! And then it explodes. It shatters the Pyrex dish filled with water. So you got glass shards and fire. And that's why, you always are concerned, when you're flying on an airplane, did somebody not heed the advice, and has somebody packed a lithium battery device or in their luggage? You're not supposed to have lithium batteries in your luggage checked under the airplane. You're supposed to bring those on board, because if there's smoking and overheating or a fire,
they can pour water on it.
You can take care of it in the cabin. It's much better for it to happen in the cabin than underneath. Now, there are fire suppression systems in the cargo holds of commercial jets, but still, you don't want to have to deal with that. And I don't know if you knew this, but I'm pretty sure it's almost all commercial airliners now. On top of them having like duct tape some unruly passenger to the seat, they also have the plastic like riot police handcuffs.
Yeah, right.
To restrain passengers. Airplanes these days, I think almost all the commercial flights have defibrillators in case somebody has. I mean, they got a whole junk drawer. They have a whole. They got a little supply cabinet on the
kit.
But they have these burn bags. They have these pouches that if a laptop, an iPhone, an Android, a battery bank, if something catches on fire or something gets really hot, starts smoking, listen, ask your flight attendant next time, hey, do you guys have one of those pouches? Maybe. But seriously, on the airplanes, they have these pouches that if something catches on fire or starts to smoke, and it could catch, they put it in the pouch to contain any kind of fire.
Yeah, don't ask when you get on the plane.
Yeah, maybe you shouldn't ask.
You'll draw a little attention to yourself.
Yeah, probably so. But 567,000 Costco My Charge battery banks are being recalled. So if you have one, discontinue use. Take it back to Costco. They'll give you your money back or whatever. Don't let your house burn to the ground.
And then stop by the nice old ladies giving away samples.
Listen, it's 567,000 units. Two homes have been torched.
What are the odds?
I'll
take my chance.
Am I gonna spin the wheel of arson?
You know what? Am I really gonna get picked? This is the house
wheel of arson. What do you think?
I think it's a show, man. I'd watch that.
Oh boy, Hooters. Now the next to close locations. I mean, first Red Lobster. Now Hooters is closing 40 locations. Is that the end? There's the second Hooters location ever is closing.
The second one?
Yeah.
The first one was in Clearwater.
The first Hooters location ever, which launched the whole franchise, the whole concept nationwide and now worldwide. I've seen Hooters in Japan, down in the Ginza district. There's a Hooters in Japan, in Tokyo. So Hooters is closing 40 locations. Locations here in Florida, Kentucky, Rhode Island, Texas, and Virginia. It is not believed that Hooters is in anywhere near the financial dire straits that Red Lobster is in, which filed for Chapter 11 bankruptcy.
You just have to get rid of some slow-performing stores.
But Hooters is a 41-year-old brand, the first Hooters location ever on Gulf to Bay in Clearwater. You got the Pete's. What's the Pete's place? I haven't been there in a while, but I enjoyed that place. The little burger place?
Yeah. Shorty. Pete and Shorty's. Pete and Shorty's.
Pete and Shorty's, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, I got to get over there.
It's a good little, it's like a crumble burger.
Little sliders, Yeah, I mean, I haven't been to Pete and Shorty's in a while, but I had a good experience there.
Yeah.
So you got the first Hooters on Gulf to Bay. Do you know where the second Hooters of all time was located? And now that location is closing.
Is it in the Tampa Bay area?
It is in the Tampa Bay area. Second Hooters ever is going to close.
I would guess Brandon, maybe?
Nope. Further east, down Die 4.
Lakeland?
That would be correct, yeah.
Really?
Yeah, the second ever Hooters was on South Florida in Lakeland, and apparently that store is shutting down too.
I mean, okay. I mean, you gotta get rid of some of the low performing stores.
Yeah. So the original's good. The original one, Gulf to Bay, that's fine. But 40 Hooters locations, do they get to keep their little tight orange shorts?
I don't think they're going to ask for them back.
Yeah. I don't know if they're going to send the Lakeland shorts over to Tennessee.
Yeah,
Well,
remember the Hooters shirt? I don't know if the Hooters shirts still have the location underneath.
Oh, yeah.
They used to have the logo.
Like Hard Rock,
Yeah, but you used to have the location underneath. Listen, Hooters is a great place. I've always liked Hooters.
I haven't been to a Hooters in a while.
Yeah, me neither, but I always liked it. Nothing against it.
Remember we used to have those cards?
Oh, do I ever?
We used to have those.
Back,
we used to have those 50%. Was it a 50% off card?
Back when we were in the good graces of old Bob Passwater.
Yeah.
He'd come by.
Hold on a minute. Andrew, turn your mic. You have a card?
Andrew has one.
Andrew has, wait a minute. Andrew has is that a 50% off card?
It used to be.
All right, so what is it now?
Now it's 50% up to $25.
All right,
it used to be unlimited 50% off.
Right, it used to be.
Yeah, and there was a story. What was this? There was some radio
Somebody
guy
who has the card went in on like a $1,300 check.
Yeah.
And jokingly gave it to them, and they took it and took half off. And shortly after it came down, we're not going to have that big a discount anymore.
Who was the radio guy that did it?
I'm not going to mention any names, but his name may rhyme with Pat George.
Pat George did it?
Pat George? Did they take his Hooters discount card or what? I have not had a Hooters 50% discount card in probably 13 years.
I gotta go get Pat.
Yeah.
Send Ryan down there and see if Pat's available.
Go get
Pat. I didn't know Pat did that.
Pat George, our traffic guy. Really? Yeah, bring him down here.
Pat's told me 1,000 stupid stories and he never mentioned that one.
So, Andrew, wait a minute. When did you last get your Hooters discount card?
Oh, this is the current one.
So when did you get it?
I usually get it a couple of months into the year.
Do they mail it to you? Are you on a mailing list?
Oh, it's delivered to me here.
Yeah, I don't have a Hooters discount card.
No, I'd love one.
Yeah, Fester doesn't have one.
I used to have one.
Froggy doesn't have one.
No.
Does Roxanne have one?
Probably.
I don't know.
But the last time I had a Hooters 50% discount card was, I think, at the old radio station. I think it was probably 2010.
Used to be right around calendar season. We would talk to the girls and old Bob would come out with the cards and just pass them out like water.
Hey, Pat, does Pat know why we're bringing them down?
Hey, Patty, we got some important news to talk to you about.
Get on Froggy's mic over there. All right, Pat.
Just stand up. Just be quick.
And pull the microphone close to you as well.
Close.
Did you once go to Hooters and have a $1,300 tab and used your 50% discount card to get half off?
Yes. I didn't think the girl would do that. It was a joke.
All right, first of all, how the hell did you run up a
It wasn't my bill. It was my chiropractor's bill. She was throwing a Christmas party.
Right.
And she invited me to the party because I was up front. And she
So
said, before you leave, come on back to the party.
Dude, you abused your card.
Well,
why
it was
would
a
you?
joke.
Why would you use your
I tell
card?
the Hooters girl, here, and I'm laughing. And she takes it and knocks off, what, $650?
Did the manager come over?
No.
Because
But
all it was
they
was-
called the radio station the next morning.
What'd they say?
They weren't happy.
Hooters called.
Yes.
Did Bob Passwaters?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Did your chiropractor make it right?
No.
Oh my
Dude,
But I got free chiropractor.
Do you hold on? Do you still have a card?
Well, I did till this year when I started. They haven't given me mine here
Well,
yet.
Andrew has a new one.
I know.
Yeah, I don't think you're on the list anymore, Pat.
I have not had a Hooters discount card since I think 2010. It's been a long time.
I've had one every year.
No members of the MJ Morning
But
Show
here's-
except for Andrew.
Here's the best story.
Yeah.
So I go to like Dallas and I go to Cleveland. I go to all these other cities.
And
I
are those
always ask
cards
them-
supposed to work everywhere?
They work everywhere.
Right.
So I said to the girls that are in those other cities, why is this not 50% off anymore? It's only up to $25. She goes, and they all tell the story differently, but they all tell the story from Tampa.
There's
There's some guy, and I never tell him it's
That's
me.
you.
But I never tell him it's me.
Yeah, there was some guy in Tampa that totally abused it.
The amounts are always wrong.
What were some of the amounts?
$20,000.
$20,000?
One was $1,800. One was at $700. It was always different.
So you're known nationwide as the jackwagon that
Changed it for the entire country.
You screwed over everybody.
Every football player, every hockey player, every coach that gets this.
Keeping you updated, I'm Pat George.
Yeah, screwing you over at Hooters, I'm Pat George.
Well, it was a joke.
Yeah, I'm
All right.
sure.
Thank you. All right,
Thanks, Pat.
8:49 at the MJ Morning Show. This brings to an end.
I had no idea.
Yeah. I remember I forgot it was Pat. I forgot it was Pat. All right, so this brings to an end an hour and 20 minutes of nonstop MJ. We have a whole almost hour to go. Florida Panthers, Stanley Cup champions. Quick mention. Hey, Michelle, do you know they've moved up season 3, the drop time? It's like a little anniversary gift for us. I'll explain in a minute. Also, Dee Snider. You know who Dee Snider is, right?
Oh, yeah, Twisted Sister.
Yep, lead singer, founder, Twisted Sister, Dee Snider reveals that one of their songs helped them out of bankruptcy or helped him out of bankruptcy. I'll explain coming. Also, raw dogging. Do you know what raw dogging is? Now,
I think I do.
Now, it's not the traditional. It's not what many of you might be thinking. There's a whole new situation that's dubbed raw dogging. It's not dirty. It is not. You got to hear this.
All right, then I don't know what raw dogging
No,
means.
this is not dirty, filthy. No, this is a whole different raw dogging.
My definition is not filthy either, by the way.
Well, hang on. We'll explain in just a matter of moments. And I want to run something by you. And the story is that half of Americans feel guilty about this, and I don't. Maybe early on in my career and my life, I did feel guilty, and I maybe tried to minimize. But for a long time, I have not felt guilty, and I got no issue with this. What am I talking about? That. And a whole lot more. Oh, I didn't get into Taylor Swift. Someone's going after Taylor Swift, and it's another big name. Another big name. Did I stumble on that? Another big name is going after Taylor Swift. So, and an Amazon driver caught on one of the Ring doorbells. You're not going to believe this. Wow. All right, that's a lot of stuff, and it's all coming up next here on the MJ Morning Show on Q105. I implore you to keep listening because we're back in minutes. 9:05. It is 9:03 here on a Tuesday morning. It's me, MJ, along with Fester, Froggy out this week on vacation. Very exotic location at, where's he?
He's at the beach. He's like in Pinellas County Beaches, Indian Rocks.
Yeah, Indian Rocks Beach, I think.
Yeah.
Right. And then Roxanne, a little bit more of an elaborate vacation. She allegedly flew to Italy. Yeah.
Allegedly.
Yeah. Dig Dug and Roxanne apparently in Italy, but there's been no proof of life. She has not posted jack crap on her social media, so who knows if they even made it.
I know this doesn't mean anything to you because it's not really proof that she's in Italy. But did you see the group text yesterday?
No. Well,
she sent us a text.
Oh, I didn't see that.
And I think she's constipated.
Wait, well...
Group text yesterday at 9:30 a.m.
Oh. Oh, breaking news. Wait a minute, let me check the group. I don't recall seeing this. But
group text.
Hold on. Where's the group text? All right, here we go.
9:30 yesterday.
I do see that.
So this is the only thing she has to report from Italy. I mean, not how amazing it is, no pictures, nothing. This is all she has to give us an update on.
Italy update, I'm fat. Seriously, all the food is going in but not coming out. Where's it going? Oh my God, I don't want to know that. Breaking news.
Of all the things to share with us, Rox.
Right.
I don't know where to go with this.
I don't want to go anywhere with this. Yeah, let me just shut this off. Let's just move on.
Okay. Anyway, so apparently Roxanne's in Italy. She's having a wonderful time, and she hasn't used the bathroom at all.
I wonder if it's happened yet. I mean, because that was yesterday.
I'll send her a text back. I'm going to send a text back. I guess she gets texts.
Yeah, she gets text. Yes, that's how it works. You send the text, she'll hopefully get the text.
Hey, Roxanne, have you used the bathroom yet?
Yes, give us a blow-by-blow, play-by-play, would you please? Yeah.
Talk to it.
Yeah, please give us a blow-by-blow on that, would you?
We're very concerned about you being constipated overseas. All right.
There are there are a lot of laws that are taking effect on July 1st here in Florida. There are two that we should mention. So DeSantis has, Florida legislature passed these. DeSantis signed them into law. And a couple of new laws that we think you should know about go into effect in just a couple of days on July 1. And one of those being a balloon release law.
Like for those redneck funerals?
Yeah, starting on July 1, Florida's banning the intentional release of balloons. DeSantis signed House Bill 321 into law, and this is to protect the ocean wildlife, Florida coast and communities. So, balloons, plastic ribbons, the little tie-off discs and clips can easily be ingested and swallowed by endangered sea turtles, seabirds.
I think they're right.
And listen, I don't have a problem with this.
No.
I don't think we should intentionally release balloons.
Yeah, I don't either.
And if you do, it's punishable by up to 10 years in Florida State Prison.
It's quite the penalty.
No, it doesn't say. I don't know what the penalty is, though. I mean, what is the penalty?
It's like a 10-20 life deal.
Yeah. First time, 10 years. Second time you release balloons, you're like some kind of baby reveal.
Send them away.
20 years. You release balloons a third time, you're a lifer. You're going to Stark for life. Yeah. Balloons and the plastic discs can be very, very, very dangerous. Yeah, to counteract people intentionally releasing balloons, which can endanger sea life, House Bill 321 was passed in March of this year, and it bans the intentional release of balloons, classifies released balloons as litter.
Yeah, it is.
Shortly after the Senate passed the bill, and DeSantis signed it, and now it'll go into law effective just days from now on July 1st. The other big law going into effect. Attention all 18, 19, and 20-year-olds. graduating high school. Can you imagine you graduate from Durant, and then the next thing you know, you're working at a strip club.
No more, huh?
Nope. You have to be 21 now. So we've talked about this on several occasions. House Bill 7063 prevents strippers under the age of 21 from working in adult entertainment businesses. In fact, I think any business dubbed an adult entertainment business, employees have to be at least 21 years of age. So 18, 19, 20-year-old strippers, done. Got to be at least 21 years old to be a stripper in the state of Florida.
Okay.
All right.
Thanks, Gov.
So that's a listen, I don't really care to see 18, 19, 20. I'm not a stripper consumer anyway.
Neither am I, but there's a point where you're an adult and you have to be able to have some freedoms.
Yeah.
It's always been 18. Now it's not.
Are you familiar with this song, anybody? Just his 1984 hit, We're Not Gonna Take It. And it's been used as an anthem. It's really a good song. I mean, it's a hit song. That was a great recording. And in an interview that Dee Snider, the frontman for Twisted Sister, did with Fox News Digital, which came out on Sunday. Do you know he's 69 years old now?
Yeah, he's been rocking for a while.
Oh, my God. A little inside baseball here, but Dee Snider's brother was my record rep for the Mid-Atlantic region when I was the music director at 97 Star WGHFM, and then I was the assistant program director at WNVZ Z104 Norfolk, Virginia Beach, Newport News. The region was like Baltimore, Washington, Norfolk, Virginia Beach. That was like a territory for the record reps. Columbia, Atlantic, RCA, Polygram, all the big record labels back in the day. And, that were pitching us songs to play on the radio station. And it wasn't the Atlantic guy. Who was it? It was one of my record reps. His brother was Dee Snider, and brought me a whole bunch of autographed Twisted. I still have them.
That's cool.
I've got a couple of Twisted Sister picture discs. Remember the albums that were like in the shape of things and or pictures in them? Yeah. So here's the deal. So Dee Snider did an interview on Sunday, 69 years old now, and talked about how he lost everything following the band's breakup in the late 1980s. People need to share their failures, not just their successes. People need to know there's no shame in falling down, and you're not the only one that falls down. When you fall down like I did and lost everything, double bankruptcy, my career collapsed. I was riding a bicycle to a desk job, answering phones. Things just went incredibly south. People need to hear those stories and know they're not alone. Snider cited his wife of 48 years, Suzette, as one of the reasons that he made it through financial difficulties. They had strong success.
And when they blew it all, or he didn't get his fair share?
Yeah. So no, they broke up and then just consumed with debt and bills.
The check stopped.
Yeah. He found himself flat broke after their 1980s heyday.
What desk job did he work?
By 1995, he was flat broke. And eventually, radio, voiceover acting, reality TV, I do all those things. And then the band reunited for a while. That was great. But he said that ego brought the band down. But I guess the song and some of the residuals helped him amid bankruptcy. So I guess they did have some residuals coming in. But he said that he was flat broke. Dee Snider, Twisted Sister, said that they shopped at thrift stores, used coupons. We couldn't go into a 7-Eleven with our kids because we couldn't afford to buy them a piece of candy. That's how broke we were. He added, I would always look at the other stars who crashed and burned and say, that'll never happen to me. I don't drink. I don't get high. I don't have a manager that rips me off. I don't have anyone that can put one over on me. And I didn't. I did it to myself. Yeah, he earned zero income for 1 year back in the early 1990s. He says, I couldn't sell my catalog. I would have given it away. I would have sold it for $10,000 or $20,000. I was broke. I had 3 children. But I guess since...
Have they sold their catalog recently?
No, the catalog has not been sold. But I guess some of the residual money did help them. Listen, what they have? This was their big song. I mean, Rock, remember that one? That was their other hit. I don't know if they had any other hits. I think it was really just We're Not Going to Take It, and then I Want to Rock. But I always heard that Dee Snider's a nice guy. I think I met him years ago. I met so many folks back in the 80s and 90s. I've lost track. But
Leader of the Pack. You remember that song?
Yeah.
I Want to Rock. We're Not Going to Take It Anymore.
Yeah.
Leader of the Pack.
And then apparently something else that pulled them out of hard times is that, and this is really interesting. And I had no idea. A turning point, he said, was when his wife asked him to write her a Christmas song, and that song made its way to Celine Dion thanks to a sound engineer, and she recorded the track The Magic of Christmas Day on her best-selling 1998 album, These Are Special Times. And Snider owns the publishing rights to the track, and it was the only song that I never wrote for commercial release. It was like for his wife. And then
it gets released, and he gets the writing credit.
Yeah, so he got all the publishing on that, and he said that it might have been the most valuable song I ever wrote. So I guess the dribs and drabs on some of the residuals of some of his Twisted Sister stuff, but also I guess the real savior. That's the the finale to the story. The real savior is not. No, it's a Celine Dion Christmas song.
I've never heard that song.
Andrew, do you have a little bit of the song?
Well, no, I don't have that song, but if you listen to the tune of We're Not Going to Take It, it's Oh Come All Ye Faithful.
Oh, come all ye faithful. Yeah!
Joyful and try. I guess it does make sense, yes.
Is that a pledge pin on your prayer shawl?
Is it
Hey, see if you can find the Celine Dion song. See if you can find The Magic of Christmas, God Bless Us Everyone is the subtitle. See if you can find that on YouTube. I don't know if I've ever heard this thing.
I think I found it.
Is that in rotation? Oh, my God. How soon before radio stations play Christmas songs? My God.
So it's the 4th of July, and then it's Labor Day.
Oh, jeez.
And then it's Christmas music.
Oh, my God. It's the worst. I mean, the Christmas music that starts, in like, and like the local stations, they've raced each other to play Christmas music, like in like early November. It's going to be like before Halloween, and some of the stations are going to start playing Christmas music.
Very merry Halloween.
You know what? That used to have an effect on ratings, and it kind of stopped. I don't think that the effect, of the Christmas music hit. And then you got like 3 stations playing Christmas music. But, I mean, just way too early to just play Christmas music in, early November. Just stop. You find it festive?
I think so. It's off Celine Dion's YouTube channel.
I think it's just stupid programming.
Lazy programming.
To play Christmas music too early. What do you have? This is The Magic of Christmas. Oh, my God. We're playing Christmas music right now. I'm a freaking moron.
Happy holidays,
Yeah,
everyone.
Thank you. All right. So this is the song. All right, what is it? The Magic of Christmas. God Bless Us Everyone. Dee Snider from Twisted Sister wrote the song, and this is what really pulled him out of financial dire straits, because Celine Dion recorded it. And
Take that.
And that's enough. That's enough.
All right, it's a good song, though.
All right. You will hear Santa Claus is Coming to Town from Bruce Springsteen sometime in mid-December, maybe once.
All right, Clara's getting a new saxophone. We better be good. Not too many.
So that took Dee Snider out of, I guess, his financial woes. I think some residuals on We're Not Going to Take It. That actually put some McDonald's cheeseburgers on the table, but this, I guess, got him out of a lot of financial trouble.
Cool.
Anyway, where are we? 9:19 at the MJ Morning Show? Yes, it is. Speaking of music, guess who's swinging at Taylor Swift?
Swinging as like insulting her?
Yeah. Oh, what do you think it means? What do you think it means?
I don't know what her and Travis are into. I don't know.
Dave Grohl, Foo Fighters.
Is he looking to get shot?
I don't know.
Swiftie?
Or have the Swifties, assassinate him. Dave Grohl is taking shots at Taylor Swift, making statements like, hey, at least we're singing. He's implying that Taylor Swift is not singing live. And there are a couple of stories out there. USA Today, Dave Grohl takes aim at Taylor Swift. We actually play live. Foo Fighters frontman Dave Grohl has found himself in hot water with Taylor Swift fans. Yeah, they're going to murder him.
Yeah, it's not going to end well for old Dave.
Yeah, during the band's concert on Saturday night at London Stadium, Grohl, 55, seemingly took a swipe at Swift's vocal abilities. And, of course, Taylor Swift was also in London for her Eras tour, multiple stops at Wembley Stadium. And Grohl said, I'll tell you, man, you don't want to suffer the wrath of Taylor Swift. We like to call our tour the Errors Tour, E-R-R-O-R-S versus E-R-A-S. Yeah. He said, we have had more than a few errors and more than a few errors as well. Just a couple. That's because we actually play live. What? Just saying. That's what he said.
They said it on stage.
Yeah. Oh, no, this was before the crowd. Absolutely. This was before the crowd in London that he was playing before, implying that they sing live and Taylor Swift does not. Is she? I don't follow Taylor Swift, but has she been accused of lip syncing?
I think you say some stupid things when you're on the mic on the stage. See, sing your songs, but that middle song banter, it's that unscripted part.
Yeah.
That's where they make their stupid comments.
Yeah. And then Taylor Swift also, during her tour dates in London, I guess she swallowed another bug on stage live. It happened Sunday night. She was doing the chorus to that 10-minute version of All Too Well when she choked on another bug that flew in her mouth. That's the worst. I sympathize. I'm not a Taylor Swift fan, but I don't want that to happen to anybody. Well, I can think of some people that want to choke on bugs, but I have it every once in a while when I'm doing a walk. It's a balmy summer night, and I'm in the neighborhood at 7:00, and I'm got a good pace going, and I'm doing a little mouth breathing. Yeah, every once in a while I get a bug in there, and it goes all the way down to and you're like gagging and everything. Not fun. All right, when we get back, the final segment here on the MJ Morning Show on a Tuesday. We have an Amazon Disgusto story. Amazon delivery driver. You got to hear about this. Also, I'm going to call it a wedding anniversary gift from FX. I'll explain in a matter. Michelle, I'm very excited about this, and it's happening on our anniversary day. What is a television network doing for the Michelle and MJ 30th anniversary? Tell you in a minute. And then raw dogging. It's not what you think, all right? This is not dirty, but men are raw dogging it. But again, it's not dirty. Don't let your brain wander. It's something else. What does it mean? I'll explain momentarily. Back in minutes here on the... Stop letting your mind wander off and
Fine.
deteriorate. And
then I have no guesses.
Men are raw dogging it on flights, on airplanes. Again, don't let your mind wander and get all filthy dirty.
Not saying a word. I got an update from Roxanne.
Oh, what?
She's not constipated anymore in Italy.
Are you serious? Did we all get it?
Yes, it's coming in right now. Well, it's coming. Well, I shouldn't say that.
Oh, it did. I just got it.
Yeah.
Everything is moving. Another update. I shall never again hate on Ilaria. I'm in love with Italy. No, she's Ilaria's Spain.
She doesn't. It's okay. I mean, it's Europe.
Everything is moving. Another update. I shall never again hate on Ilaria. This is Alec Baldwin's Cretan wife. I'm in love with Italy. I'm going to become Italian. I already have a daughter named Daviana. My last name, Eno. No one can stop me. What?
Her last name ends in an O. Her last name is not Wilder, ends in an O.
Then she writes, P.S. Italians love dick jokes? What?
Can we call her?
What is she? Maybe we'll call her tomorrow.
All right.
What is she? What is she saying? All right, but wait a minute. She's got to be day drinking because she's thinking that
drunk as this
she's thinking that Ilaria Baldwin is pulling the whole fake Italian act. No. Ilaria Baldwin pulls the fake Spain Mallorca act. She's pretended that she was born in Spain when she was born in Boston.
That's funny.
Oh my God.
Oh, man. I'm glad she's having fun.
All right. So, Roxanne, proof of life. I guess she is alive. Anyway, back to raw dogging on airplanes, and men are doing this. Do you know what it is? And folks, it's not dirty. Don't think like that. Raw dogging is a trend where, and I guess guys are doing this, and they'll either stare at the in-flight map if they have a seatback screen on long hauls, or do nothing at all on the lengthy trips. So men raw dogging it on airplanes means they're doing nothing. They're just sitting there. No music, no streaming, no snacking, no sleeping. They're just sitting there. The raw dogging trend sees frequent flyers take long journeys without entertainment, food, water, sleep as a self-imposed mental and physical challenge. What?
Wow, as a challenge.
Literally staring ahead the entire time.
I might have raw dogged a flight to Atlanta or something.
Yeah,
It's a quick
that's
flight.
an hour.
Yeah, it's a quick flight, but
I've done Atlanta in 48 or 49 minutes.
yeah, I don't know. I want to raw dog a flight to Vegas.
Yeah. Anyway, story of a 5-hour flight in New York to San Francisco, and guys are sitting there. And I guess some of this raw dogging is loosely credited to that Apple TV Plus series Hijacked with Idris Elba, which Michelle and I watched that, actually. That was pretty decent. And then I think I heard there's going to be a sequel. Wait a minute, it was a plane hijacking and a crash landing. How do you what is he on another plane that's getting hijacked?
The worst person to fly with ever.
So there's going to be a sequel with this Idris. What's the next thing going to be? Is he going to find himself in another crazy scenario? I would imagine so. But I guess in the 7-episode series Hijacked on Apple TV, actor Idris Elba is, I guess, on this 7-hour flight from Dubai to London with no amenities once the Airbus is commandeered by the bad guys, and he has no choice but to raw dog it. So people are going on long trips, and it's mostly men, and they're just sitting there and just staring ahead and doing nothing.
What a terrible name.
I mean, they're just stupid. But this is gaining traction. I've seen multiple stories on this in the last week. Seems ridiculous. This is brazen. This is unbelievable. I guess when you're as big as Amazon.com and you've got all these drivers, whether they're employees, whether they're contract drivers for some of these, subcontracting companies that actually, run the trucks all over town. Listen to this. This is out in California. This is Riverside County. So this is east of Los Angeles County. A Riverside homeowner looked at doorbell camera footage earlier this week. And this happened on Wednesday. So just, actually, no, it would have been, it would have been last week. Yeah, I was right. So it was last week. The homeowner looks at footage of the Amazon driver who right in front of the door, in front of the Ring doorbell camera, unzips and relieves himself on the front porch. I mean, literally,
oh, man.
Mr. Elephant is, facing the camera and whizzing on the lady's front porch. So, whole Amazon getup has the whole, the vest and everything, that whole, it's an Amazon driver. And the Amazon driver unzips and is urinating on the woman's front porch as they're delivering the package. Totally just unzipped and let her rip.
That's not the kind of package you wanted delivered.
I got an Amazon package yesterday. The driver shows up, scans the package, and decides to urinate right in front of my camera, completely exposed, while my family was home. What the? Video shows the guy dressed in a black and blue Amazon-style vest, unzipping his pants as he looks at his cell phone, urinating on the woman's front porch. You don't even try to go around the side of the house and conceal yourself in a bush behind the air conditioning unit or something?
I'm a side of the house guy.
You're going to do it right on the front porch, right in front of the camera? What kind of moron are you? That's unbelievable.
Idiot.
Yeah. So clearly you've got a...
Has Amazon fired this guy? Has there been...
In a statement to KTLA television in Los Angeles, an Amazon spokesman called the behavior unacceptable and said the company reached out to the customer to apologize. Amazon has also taken steps to ensure the driver, who is not an Amazon employee but rather a contractor, no longer delivers Amazon packages.
Yeah, he shouldn't be holding any packages, especially his own.
Well, he was holding 2 packages. Delivered one and then was just handling the other. So, you know what? I wouldn't mind if Jeff Bezos came and peed on my porch.
Yeah. I'd give him a pass.
Yeah, if Jeff Bezos
himself.
Yeah, if only Jeff Bezos.
Yeah.
If Jeff Bezos wants to come to South Tampa,
come on over, JB,
and whiz on my porch, I might allow that.
Yeah. I'm in the same boat.
Yeah. Hey, Michelle, we've got a little bit of an early surprise. We thought we'd have to wait until the next day. Yeah, so you heard me talk about The Bear, the restaurant-based television show. Michelle and I watched The Bear Season 1.
What is that on?
It is on FX. And then Hulu has it. Or now it's Disney Plus because the Hulu's all wrapped up into Disney Plus and everything. So Michelle and I, we saw the first season of The Bear. And we were late getting to season 2, but we binge watched season 2 last week. So we finished all episodes. So we're totally caught up. And The Bear, which is really good. I mean, the lead actor dude, who's kind of like that, kind of has that, rat boy. Remember we were talking about the rodent, the rodent boy look? Yeah,
Yes.
that a lot of the Generation Z girls are into. He kind of has that look. But season 1 was great. I really enjoyed season 2 as well. And we're all caught up now. Season 3 drops this week. And they've just announced that they're moving up the premiere by 3 hours. So it's actually going to premiere on my anniversary day.
Oh, happy anniversary to you.
It was set to come out Thursday at midnight. So it's supposed to come out the 27th at midnight. And FX, for whatever reason, they've bumped up the premiere by 3 hours. So FX is going to drop it. All 10 episodes will premiere on Hulu and Disney Plus at 9 p.m. on Wednesday. Now, Michelle and I, we're going to go out to dinner early for our anniversary, and then guess we can come home and start season 3 of The Bear on anniversary night on the 26th, which is tomorrow.
Sounds like a perfect anniversary day.
I can't believe it. My 30th wedding anniversary is tomorrow. 30 freaking years.
You can't believe it. What about her?
30 years. It's unbelievable. Yeah, I might need to have Michelle on the show tomorrow for our how we made it. Will we make it another? Well, I know damn well we're not going to make it another 30 years.
Yeah, I mean, you'll be dead.
Well, yeah. Well, listen, if we make it another, if we make it another 30 years, I would be 88. That's not out
of the question.
It's not infeasible, right?
No, it's not. You take care of yourself. No, I always tell people when they ask me about you, the best part about MJ is Michelle.
Is it infeasible or unfeasible? Hang on a minute. Infeasible. You know, I'm a grammatic. Yeah, it is infeasible. Yeah. So I guess I was correct. 30 years. Unbelievable. All right, in the final moments of the MJ Morning Show, I have Asia tickets to give away. But
unfeasible is also a word.
Oh, really?
Yes, both are acceptable.
All right. Well, thank you very much. Infeasible, not possible to do easily or conveniently. So I guess both are infeasible. I thought unfeasible sounded good as well. All right. Let's give away Asia tickets. Of course, Asia, heat of the moment. They have numerous hit records. Wasn't Asia from members of Yes, right?
They broke off of Yes and said, "Let's name ourselves Asia."
I think that's simultaneous. It was like who else was there? Members of Asia were from Yes, and then some others were in the band as well. Let's do caller number 25 right now. Would you like to see Asia? They're coming to town. They'll be at the Hard Rock Event Center on July 22nd, Monday night. Asia. It's the Heat of the Moment tour, and it's going to be hot as hell outside, but cool inside. Caller 25 right now, 800-990-1047, and you'll find yourself with a pair of tickets to go see Asia at the Hard Rock in July. Good luck. 800-990-1047. That's how you get in. So caller 25, 800-990-1047 is how you get in. So good luck from the MJ Morning Show. I might expand on this a little bit more on tomorrow's show, but I saw some data, some research that half of Americans feel guilty about taking a vacation and actually do work while they're on vacation. I'll leave you with this today, that I think there was a time where I kind of felt guilty, and when I was really building up my chops and I was trying to find my way in the radio industry, that I wanted to demonstrate to management. It was a whole different time.
Different ideas.
It was a whole different experience. The industry has changed, and a lot of the radio companies are hanging on by a string these days. I have a contract, but I could be gone tomorrow. I mean, who knows? I mean, the finances of this business.
Yeah.
I mean, if ever I'm not on the air and we're gone, go to my social media. Go to Certified MJ Radio. I'll tell you the story.
Tell the whole story.
Yeah, because you don't get a lot of final shows these days.
Oh no, you don't.
Yeah, but I used to be a lot different. And do I still work my butt off? Yes, I do. But do I feel guilty about taking vacations after being in radio for 42 years? No, I don't. But apparently still half of Americans work while on vacation, and they feel guilty about taking a vacation. I'm going to tell you right now, I do not feel guilty about taking a vacation.
We got to revisit this tomorrow. I bet you a lot of people feel differently, or their job is just a different dynamic to where they can't get away.
I think we take some phone calls on this tomorrow. But I'm totally in a different spot in my life. But I still care about what I do. I still put 100% effort into the show every day. But I'm gonna work hard, and guess what? I'm gonna play hard. I've had that philosophy for a while. All right, 9:46 of the MJ Morning Show. We're done. We'll see you back here tomorrow for the Wednesday edition, and it's the 30-year wedding anniversary of MJ and Michelle edition of the MJ Morning Show. Give me a follow on Instagram, Certified MJ Radio. My email is always open at mj@mjmorningshow.com. We'll see you tomorrow, folks, and let's be careful out there.